So, I mean,
fights.
We're going to talk about fights because this guy likes fights.
I feel like everybody loves fights, right?
He likes fights. So
Like,
talk about fights.
The thing is, you might not love like UFC, right, or boxing or whatever, but like you love a good street fight.
But you like a good
You
street
still circle
You
around
like
a good
watching.
street fight.
You like watching some fights on fucking. You like the World Star Fight Comp. You know what that is.
Everybody loves a World Star
You
Fight
know what
Comp.
World Star Fight Comp is. Come on, don't even be trying to play for real. Like, a lot of people be phony.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning back in. Another good cast that's coming, baby. We had a great one. A great one last time. I enjoyed it. Some people say we talk too much fights. Yeah. We're not talking about fights. If you know that, like in my life, I try to watch I do watch TV shows and movies and stuff, but I try to watch it. But most of the time when I'm like 10 minutes in, I'm just like, I would way rather be watching 2010 replay of like UFC 116 or some shit. I would way rather watch like Rumble in the Jungle, or some old Sugar Ray or some shit, something along the lines of that. I love a good technical, man. I don't know. In a world full of fake, it's the only thing that's real, man. It's the only thing that's real is getting punched in the goddamn face, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think so. I never thought about it, but until I talked to you about it, where you just kind of broke it down on how much of a different sport it really is. You're talking.
It's hard to even call it a sport.
I mean, like we talked about last time, the best thing that that I've seen in a while was well, not the best thing, but one of the saddest things was Poirier's interview where he's just like, I'm thinking about this for the rest of my life, and it's hitting different.
Yeah,
it's hitting different.
Or even before that, when he's like, I got 25 minutes to make life fair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That could be versus anyone, right? Even if you're not even a UFC fighter. I can tell you anything. Like, right? Like, you're going to fight Jeff Bezos. Right? Let's say it's anybody. Like, you're going to fight Jeff Bezos. If you win, you're Jeff Bezos. Like, I got 25 minutes to make life fair. You know what I mean? Like, versus anyone where you're trying to take something someone has, basically. You got that amount of time to make it fair in that aspect. I can't explain it, man. It's hard for me to even I still watch football, but it's really hard for me to watch other sports. That's definitely my number one thing. Nobody's calling your plays in the octagon, bro. Right? Nobody's in your headset, right?
Let's be real. Losing a fight compared to losing the Super Bowl. I mean, come on. I don't.
Well, you have to. If you're going Super Bowl, you got to compare it to losing a championship fight.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Poirier style.
But I mean, I wouldn't even go as far as to it doesn't affect you on the same level as if someone knocked you out or beat you.
A grown man.
Or beat you
in front of your family.
This is one-on-one.
A lot of people cheered.
I guess in kind of like football terms, it's like when they do that one-on-one tryout. You get pancaked in that one-on-one, workout.
You're not looking good on the roster.
Exactly. Everyone's gonna be just like, oh, and it's different when you lose something like that. That one-on-one.
Gronkowski comes out the other day and says he had 20 concussions.
Oh man, what?
5 times.
That's
Steve.
20.
That'd be wrong. Can't put up both. 5 times. He blacked out. That's 5 times.
That's insane.
So Gronkowski has been KO'd 5 times. That's crazy.
I can't remember one time where I was knocked out once.
I've never been knocked out. I'm blacked out.
No,
I thought blacked out was alcohol.
Oh yeah, I can only recall once.
One time, yeah, or 2 times. I think where I was kind of in and out.
That can't recall.
He's there all week. He's like,
one top tuna fish.
No, I was geeking about that still at work.
Comedic time.
I got more to say.
Slicky bitch. I watched a video where someone it was one of those roast me sessions, and the dude's roasted him and hits him with a joke. And he immediately, he was in front of some drums, and he immediately hits that, but stole the dude's thunder completely away from him because everyone else was laughing at his badumps.
I can remember this one.
That's an old one that still slaps though. Is that badumps?
I remember this one time in 5th grade, bro, where the class was talking and they were saying something. It was Miss Vicarious, and bro, I said the funniest joke ever in 5th grade. I'm like, I timed it perfect. It was so good, and no one heard me. And I was like, and just the only person next to me, I remember who it was. It was Kennard. It was Kennard, bro.
You're just losing his shit,
and he's just geeking at what I said. And then he said it. He just says it louder, and everyone laughs at him. And I'm just like, It's so that was so funny. So I pay attention to like situations so much and just basing around like what someone was thinking. I just really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I still remember these little tidbits from like times in my life that should have been nothing, but like I just process it because I use it as a way that like what a human did in the situation, and I always wonder and I contemplate
can you
that.
give a good one?
I'm going to it.
There you go.
I just wanted to build up why I was saying it.
Yeah.
But same person, Kennard. Like I can remember, Miss Vicare's class used to be banging out the work, got the gold stars, know,
right.
top of the line student in 5th. And I remember Kennard, he's like, bro, can you do my homework for me? And he's like, I'll give you $1. And I'm like, shit, fucking already did the work. Like I already got the homework. I'll just copy it onto your shit for you. Basically, for $1, which was a lot in 5th grade.
That's a couple bag of chips.
That's 3 bags of cookies, dog, at 33 cents a piece.
Yeah.
That's 3 cookies. You know what I mean? So, but I remember when I was doing it. So as I'm copying this work, basically, I didn't even copy it because it was so easy. I didn't even have to copy it off I just redid it in my mind.
2 + 2.
Yeah, some stupid shit like that. And I just remember him coming over and be like, would you give somebody $1 to do that? And I was thinking about how he's asking me, if I'm the person that's receiving the money. I've thought about this so much for some reason. Like, I'm the person that's receiving his money, and he's asking me, would I pay someone to do this?
Exactly.
Well, I'm receiving the money. So it's no beneficial for me to ever say anything else than
pay
I'd pay someone.
Yeah.
Of course. Don't see that dumb. Why would I ever say something else?
He was looking for some entrepreneurial advice.
He was literally looking for like, nah, bro, you should never do this again. You could do this shit yourself or something like that, And I'm just like,
$1.
So I got to like twice, and then I think he realized because he wasn't a stupid kid. Kennard could have did the work. He just didn't want to.
Exactly.
I guess he had extra $1.
Yeah, exactly like that. I mean, you go to school with 5, and you're just like, well,
I remember back in like Southeast where like before it became like common knowledge to not do your homework, like 6th grade, we just like we all were doing our homework. Then like midway through, we just had all these excuses every day. We're just like,
there were a lot of classes that were just like didn't even fucking matter. Like literally,
we didn't learn shit.
I remember I was in class with you 6th grade. I remember we were in the advanced homework number
projects.
We're in the advanced home, but like remember that period of time, our English teacher was gone.
Still didn't have to.
Our English teacher was gone. We had a substitute for like 6 months, and we didn't do shit for 6 months.
Oh, every day he just tried to stay alive.
Exactly.
He never taught shit,
bro. Every day them lights went out, and every day,
literally, I remember like the first day he was an African dude. I remember like the first day he tried to read us a book. And the whole time we're just like geeking.
It was like Mr. Farood or something.
Yeah, it was something like that. And nobody's even paying any attention to him. And then he started seeing the light go out shit. When we started throwing like heavier shit, he just kind of got out the way.
Exactly.
He's like,
he moved his desk closer to the door.
He did. He went from the front to the back.
Exactly. It was just like, nope, I'm staying near this door.
And he was in the corner. That's what it was. He was in the corner because like he'd be watching. Like I remember him watching Quatira. Like they're just looking at each other. It's like
that name brings back that's just some nostalgia.
Like they're just looking at each other, and I'm watching them look at each other, and she's just like slowly going up to the lights, and she's just looking at him, and she's like, and he's just like, he turns them off, and the death start flying.
I just imagine like in that moment he immediately slapped on like a helmet or some shit.
Yeah, he started wearing a helmet,
and like he was just like, oh.
Or he had like a rope that went outside to the lockers, and he would just grab the rope and follow.
One thing that really stuck with me in that class, I remember during that period, we had our own like little World War like fake recreation going on. I remember I was like the Japanese or Koreans, and you were like the Germans.
Yeah, it was so weird.
And we would like throw shit at each other and make paper airplanes and throw them at each other and shit. And I remember that very clearly. Just, we had a fucking war.
But we were always funny though. It was like a funny.
Yeah, exactly. We geeked the whole time.
When you go back, when you look at some things, you're like, I shouldn't have did that. But we always thought we were being funny.
Yeah,
like we never were really trying to bully each other. Like even at times when I took David Cashin's like. I don't know why I threw his last name in there. I'm just so used to it, I guess. Sorry, David. But when I used to take like David's book bag and he would chase me, like that might have seemed mean to people, but to me, I was just being funny. I'm just like, look at this guy chase anybody that chases me. It's always funny. But like this big guy wants to chase me and he runs like this. And it's like,
we always
remember the
laugh about the
auditorium that one time.
It turned into the it was turned into his turn. I remember we geek about that still to this day.
Still to this day, bro.
Yeah. And it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny.
It was funny.
It's point blank period.
But there's like tell you something I really regret in that school is like writing on everything. Like I wrote in a lot of books, shit,
Oh, yeah,
like bad
yeah.
shit, wrote on desk, wrote on walls, like just really disrespecting property that
Yeah.
I would later pay for.
Exactly. You destroy it. You're writing on the walls. You're destroying something in the bathroom. Whatever the case. I remember. I mean, like literally, there'd be like 3 bathrooms, for the school, and there'd be like, there'd be like one open maybe because everyone would just go in and just fucking flood them or some dumb shit.
I was in there a couple times, bro. I was in
Yeah.
there a couple times. It used to
Yeah.
be me and Sean.
I remember.
I never did it.
We talked about it before where it was like you never go to those bathrooms alone.
Never. Where's your buddy?
Made that mistake.
Where's your buddy?
It was
You're
the
dead.
private. Where's your battle buddy? You're dead, private. Lay down, private.
But
Best thing's a little fake knife, man. Just stab.
I can remember a couple times I walked
Prison
in there.
shank.
It's like Nick, Sean, Wesley, a couple different people, in there. It's like they're literally just grabbing all of the paper towels and all of the toilet paper, and they're shoving it underneath the door. And I'm just like, let me out. Like as soon as I seen that shit, I'm just like, let me the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, and they fucking lit one of the. They took a lighter and they lit the shit on fire. Then they fucking put it up to like the sprinklers. And then they would just shove more and more shit underneath the door once they went out, and just try and build it up with as much water as they could.
Requiring so many things, like you just to put under this door.
And I remember we started getting so funny, like on pulling the fire alarms, because you would pull it and squirt out that little ink on your hand. So you like develop like a mechanism with a pen, like you put like a clip,
you make something,
like a clip, and then you would pull
with that and throw it away. Or you would just grab a shit ton of paper and just like
exactly. Yeah, they ain't gonna do fingerprints or nothing like that, but yeah, but the main one I felt bad for, I don't even know if I can admit it because it's like people might know the story. Yeah, fuck it. He's gonna fuck it up. I remember James Dean last day, and we're just like we were throwing shit in Miss Grant's every day before I went to lunch.
Remember that shit, bro?
And more people just started doing it. Like first it was just me and James Dean, and like we both would throw milk over, and then it became like Daryl. Then it became like Kevin and Nick, and then it was
like, a thing. Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like 9 or 10 people right before lunch every day throwing multiple things over top of there. And then just running off to the lunch, and they knew it was us, but they just didn't know who it was.
Exactly, yeah.
And I remember the fucking one day, bro, they had a spy waiting for us at the end. And we didn't
They got a little smart, huh?
Miss Grant did.
Yeah.
This is like after like 18 times. So no.
Yeah.
This is like literally we hit it like 18 times, bro.
Yeah.
I was doing this for like 2 weeks.
Miss Grant was like, no one's going to do anything about this.
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
And it was like every day we just did the same thing. Water bottles or milks.
Yeah.
So in the morning, we would all get there early and grab all the milks we could. And you just open them up and you toss them over.
Yeah.
And it was James Dean last day. And for some reason, bro, he fucking was trying to hurt people, bro. He brought grape juice. He brought grape juice, yo, and like cranberry juice and shit. And he like threw it over. You would know this girl if I told you who it was, too. Right?
Yeah.
But he threw it over and it hit right on this girl's like brand new white like fur jacket, bro, and stained it.
Oh.
I felt like shit. Even though I didn't throw that, I always just threw milk, which is probably why I got hit with that milk. I deserved it.
Hopefully it never comes back around on you, huh?
Yeah, I threw 20 milks. I at least threw 20 milks over top of there.
And
I don't even know how it started, bro. It's just one of them things. Like, it started from me seeing someone do it, right? And then you're just like, oh, why are people doing that? It's fun. Is it fun?
Yeah,
it's like dumb, bro. You're so
exactly.
I try to explain it so much. Like, you're just so
well, you're
dumb.
a kid. Oh, what are you? What are you like? How old are you? Like 6th grade?
You're fucking 11.
Yeah.
You're dumb, dog. You're like 10, 11, something like that. You're so dumb.
And you're just doing what's fun. And you're also...
Or what people tell you is fun.
But this is another thing. We went from a pretty well-structured elementary school where we did our work. We always got high grades. To being able to enter this lawless wasteland that is middle school.
And we loved it.
Adults don't fucking care.
But we loved it, right?
Just do what you want.
We never cried.
You embraced it.
When we were in middle school, we never cried, bro. I've never been so happy. You want to talk about when my attendance was the best? It's middle school. Because I literally wanted to go because I had FOMO. I was sitting at home like, was there the food fight? like that. I remember it was like one time that happened to me. You guys seen a fight that I didn't see. And I was like, never again.
I want to be.
My mom was like, "You want to stay home?" I'm like, "No, I'll go."
Yeah,
Like, you just wanted to, because you knew
I'm
you never
alright.
do nothing.
I'm alright.
Because I'm just gonna meet up with all my boys. We're gonna do whatever we want all day.
Exactly. Just chill and have fun.
Bro, we never laughed harder in our lives than well, those 2 out of 3 years that we were together.
We would laugh so
Bro, we
fucking
I
hard.
never laughed more in my life.
Exactly.
Bro. I think
As
that's
hard
why,
as you had.
I think middle school is why I'm funny.
I could attribute, I would
Harsh
say
comedy.
at least 50% of my like literally gasping for air laughing to middle school itself, you know, to where it's like,
I
that's
would
how
attribute
much.
50% of my personality to middle school.
Yeah.
Something happened in middle school, bro. Where you're just like, when there's a lawless wasteland like that, you just find out some shit about kids. You really see some kids.
People were doing like. That's why I think people are saying like, well, nowadays kids are doing this.
Bro,
I'm like, look,
a 7th grader had
doing this.
A 7th grader had an ankle monitor, bro.
Yeah.
A gun fell out of somebody's book bag.
Kids were fucking at school.
Kids were fucking in school, bro.
They're fucking
I can
in that
name a
middle school.
bitch that I literally walked backstairs, right on the backstairs, bro. Coming to 2nd level, bitch getting fucked by this guy. And I was like, trying to like not fucking pay attention.
You're walking away. Did they go here? it's like someone else coming into the school to fuck. Like, but that's also how poor that security was. I remember like. So these are the people in this city where it's like you're expecting them to watch after your kids. I remember walking out the front door and just leaving to go fuck no.
Whatever you want to do, and if you want to, you could come back.
Yeah, just walk back in.
Remember when we skipped that one
Terrible
day? But you remember when we skipped? We just walked out. Yeah, we just didn't go in there and just walked out.
I remember there was 2 or 3 times where like we walked out. Yeah. You know, and just
or like, just walk the halls.
Yeah,
always walk the halls.
Yeah. I remember the one time me and you, I did it for like the first time with you, and I remember it was just me and you. And then we ended up getting caught by Mr. Poole or whatever.
You probably just told us to go back.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I remember getting a phone call though. I remember that. I remember getting a phone call.
That must have been early.
Yeah, it was like 6th grade, I think, or 7th grade.
It actually used to be so fun trying to get caught.
Yeah, just running.
You heard somebody?
You hear the keys or the walkie-talkies.
Yeah, you know.
You got 7 people running. Loud as fuck.
Where's your bathroom pants?
She
lost hers.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Shit.
I literally have a story that I think could be on a comedy special. It's like I'm in. This is like when they got Officer Everhart, so they had him. He like do his little patrols.
Yeah.
So these people are trying to sneak in through the gym doors back there in that backside.
Yeah.
And I'm playing right there at ball with like a couple people. And we hear him banging. I come over, and it's like 4 or 5 people. And this guy keeps saying, he's like, I'm Elmo. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I thought he was joking. I didn't even know what that was. Right. Like, I thought he was literally joking about Elmo. I'm just like laughing. And he says it like 4 or 5 times. He's like, let me in. I'm Elmo. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to let him in. I don't give a fuck. You know, I go to let him in. And I remember like all these people running up to me. Like, as I'm going over, they just literally like get in front of me. Like, they're like, stop. Oh, you
kids?
Yeah, right. Other kids. It's like, you wouldn't really remember. It's a lot of people that used to ball. Like, so it's like Daryl, Tevin, Kevin, all that. It's like, stop. Did you hear that? I'm like, what? It's like, that's Elmo, yo. I'm just clueless. Like, I'm just gonna open the door. They're like, no. They're like, no. Like, at this point, they like literally hold me back.
Yeah, it's like, open the door.
I'm like, what? He's like, it's the leader of AOD, bro. And it was like, oh man, I still don't get it. Like, I didn't even know what AOD was. Like, it was before like AOD was really at middle school, So I didn't even know what that. I'm like, whatever. I guess you guys still want me to let him in. But I just remember like it was apparently like this big deal, and then like they tried to start this thing about me, like that I didn't let Elmo in.
Yeah,
they were like, oh, I didn't let Elmo in, but he's right there, bro. I'm like, I was trying to let Elmo in. They told me to let Elmo in. Why? I don't even know what AOD is. Elmo.
I don't know who Elmo was.
I've still never seen that guy. I don't even know if that was the leader of AOD. They just said it.
Exactly.
I never got to the bottom of the leaders word.
Wait, this dad don't know who Elmo is.
No, this is so funny. I like literally 6 people, bro. Like they all were just kind of ignoring it. And the moment I go, just like,
what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
You gonna let Elmo in?
He'll fucking kill us. He's gonna beat us all in AOD right now.
It's like, because you also had like your your inability to kind of foresee what could really happen.
Oh, you're so
Versus-
dumb.
Exactly.
Dog, that's why I feel like right now I can't even call myself smart because I just think how dumb I was like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was dumb now. I feel like just now, like if I had to go off my base, like just now, I'm starting to form solid, real intelligence.
Yeah, I'll say like 2 years, 3 years. It's like that's where I'm getting undumb.
I don't even
Still-
feel like that. I feel like that's when I started learning, like maybe you shouldn't be dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally
exactly.
at like 21, 22, I'm like, I don't think you gotta be dumb. Yeah, it's like,
I'm a choice.
but I feel like literally like this year, like me turning like 25, I feel like I'm the grownest I ever been. Like I feel like an adult now.
Oh, you do?
know, I feel like a grown man.
Got mine coming up, so we'll see.
I feel like a grown man.
I'll get back to
like,
that one.
for a lot. I just mentally, I'm still a kid. You know, I'm still a kid at heart. But like as far as like my body, like I feel like a grown man. You know, like that's what I'm trying to say it. Like that goes in sync though with everything of like my mind too. You know, like I feel like I have the most control of my body I've ever had. I feel like I make the best decisions I ever made. You know, like I'm just all around like not obviously anywhere where I should be, but I'm the best I ever been. At least I can say that. I didn't peak in high school.
yeah, I feel that. Yeah,
I mean, I'm peaking.
Yeah.
I'm about to peak these next 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel that. You know, I feel like I'm still.
How many people peaked in
We're still
high
looking at
school,
what-
dog? So many.
I know a couple. You know,
Bro, I want
you
to
know.
say like 50% of the people like kids that I knew peaked in high school.
I know some funny
And they
ones.
weren't
Like,
that cool in high school.
I remember one kid I used to know. He was like one of like the rowdiest, like raunchiest kids, and he's a pastor now. I'm just like, yeah, that's just funny. It's like it's funny where like you see other people kind of like grow up and like become people. You know,
There's
just like, huh?
But then it's like they always got that one moment where you're like, damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. Fuck happened to you? I always love that line. Classic
yeah.
funny line.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, like, yeah, I would say up there at least like 50%. You know,
Used to fucking all the bitches in high school, dog.
yeah.
What happened?
You
How you
smoking crack.
get bald? You're balding. Yeah, you're stressed out. You working in golf.
You selling bud?
Yeah, anything, right? I sell Zans. Or like vape cartridges or some
Somebody's
shit.
just saying you sell Zans. It's like it's like
I like saying
yeah.
vape cartridges too, though.
You
So you
sell-
sell counterfeit vape cartridges and shit like
yeah,
that. You make your own vape juice.
yeah. You see that shit's trying to get banned now and shit. It's funny. It's coming full circle now. Where you got these kids fucking dying.
Listen,
Full circle.
just make something and say it kills you, right?
That's all you gotta do.
And then
I
tell
think I
them,
already do that.
and then tell them if you want it, right? Because that's literally what it all is.
Yeah.
It all tells you
Yeah.
it kills you. Soda kills you.
I think they have the cartridges, but I think they're just going for the outright ban because I guess it's like the fast deterioration some of these kids have undergone. I don't know. You know, I mean, like they've had a lot of those cases. I think it was in Minnesota where they've had like just a high spur of young people coming in with lung disease, or early stages of lung disease and becoming hospitalized because of that. So I think it's the quick decline that really warrants for the
There's
that type
things
of
they
response,
believe, but
I don't know.
that's also like you never know. Like that was a big thing. That guy, Sinclair, I think his name David Sinclair. That was on
The sleep guy? He's
Rogan
not
podcast.
the sleep guy. He's the aging guy.
the Asian guy.
He's the
yeah.
Asian guy. David
Not
Sinclair,
Asian, aging.
Aging.
And
Yes.
he was saying like he was breaking that down of like how like you have to be careful with things like that. Like he was saying like sleep deprivation is sleep deprivation is a direct signal to Alzheimer's. But the gene that's naturally in people with Alzheimer's causes sleep deprivation. Right? So they're just saying like sometimes you never know which one correlates to which, basically. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
like with that, it's like that could be possible, right? But what if those kids are also smoking cigarettes, or they also smoke weed, or they're around a pollution plant, right? Or there's just a disease or some type of functionality of like that's going on. Like there's other factors that go into it that could also be that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make an argument for it, but that's just another thing I was thinking just when you said that. Other than like, yeah, just 100% don't care, man. I'm really on that kind of emotion of like, I'm tired of picking and choosing of like what we're gonna be mad about.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like you guys don't, bro. All of you, right? All of you dumbass parents, you all smoked cigarettes when you were kids because you literally didn't even know what we know now. You didn't even know. You thought cigarettes were cool. You know, they literally were portraying it to kids and shit.
Movies, like, everything.
You talk to anybody that's like 35 and up, they're like, oh yeah, I smoked cigarette when I was 10. Or you talk to people that do smoke cigarettes still, they're like, yeah, I've been smoking since I was 11.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Yep.
Your kids are doing the same thing, dummy. Everyone's fucking hitting a cigarette at sometimes. If you don't got people around you to say, bro, you know cigarettes are fucking stupid, right? Like we did, where we're just like, you think cigarettes are stupid? Yeah, I think cigarettes. Okay. Yeah, we both think cigarettes are stupid. Probably shouldn't smoke them.
Yeah.
If you don't got a person like that around, you just got two dumbass parents who are just like, I gotta smoke, I gotta smoke, or some shit like that. You don't got no good friends. You just fucking end up smoking. Same thing happens. So you don't give a fuck about that, right? But now the vaping thing, like you're mad about. Like, I just have a hard time with that. It's like, I feel like you're picking and choosing what you want to be mad about.
I feel that. Yeah, definitely feeling that. You know, I was just I just was just kind of like noting towards them doing it, you know.
Yeah, no, what you said is right. Yeah, I was just saying about like,
rather than, you know, and why they might do it. You
annoying.
Know?
It's just annoying.
No, and it all comes with, you know, the more connection you have with people, the easier it is to, you know, spread this type of news or to get this across to where, you know, it's
you're giving 13-year-olds oxy. Like, let's really talk here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got the prescription. That's another.
13.
That's another thing. That's like, you see people like, you know, coming and, you know, now we're trying to become aware of it now, but they're still pushing other shit. You know, they're still pushing that Adderall.
Dog,
they're still pushing that Xanny.
Literally, these companies are 5 years ahead of us.
Yeah.
Everything they ever made that's bad, they know will eventually get caught to be bad. They're already on to the next step, bro. As soon as they realized people found out about Percocet, they created Suboxone. Now I got the drug for you to get clean off Percocet. Here you go. It's literally the best marketing employee of all time.
Just a quick side note. Did you know that
create the pop and carry the pop?
Something I found out today. Did you know that most of the drugs that we receive in the U.S. are manufactured and shipped from China?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Are you sure that's not the generics?
It's a lot of the components to make these medicines, period. So I won't say it's the pills themselves. It's a lot of the main ingredients for these things. So now I dug a little bit deeper. So it's what China has, you know, called like this like plan to kind of like, you know, manufacture higher end shit rather than just like, oh, we make all your toys and shit. They're trying to do like that with pharmaceuticals. That's one part of their plans to become like a world pharmacy. So like that's a side. Yeah, I mean to go on this long tangent.
That's so smart.
But that's
because you're just like, look, no matter what it is, right? Say like right now, let's say you want it, you're selling it for a good amount, so I'll give it to you for $30 a pound.
They have a plan,
right? Because listen, I'll give it to you for $1 a pound.
Yeah,
just tell me you want it.
Yeah,
here, just take it.
You know, I love the name of the plan. It's Made in China 2025. They're trying to just like, you know, shift their manufacturing from like, you know, like I said, low end shit to like robotics, electronics. The world pharmacy. They're trying to become the main center of all that manufacturing.
I told you,
they know they're manufacturing. They know they're good at that. Now they're trying to revolutionize that.
I really feel like you do. You know, we've talked this road before. I feel like
I won't say I sleep with China. More so, I just have a lot of faith in the United States. That's all. As far as like
the military,
as far as being like a very strategic opponent, you know, I think.
I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say we're stupid. We're obviously not stupid.
Yeah.
But I just feel like there's always, right, like the thing about it, right, when you look at the entire world, most of the time you're going to see there's good and bad, of course, right? You got yin and yang. But if you notice, like the people you see, it's like 60% good. It's like 60% good. It's like 6 out of 10 people you're like, that's a good person. At least, right? And of course, your numbers add up.
Right.
It's not 50-50 in my eyes. It's not 50-50. It's like 60-40, right? But the way that evil stays even, the way that evil keeps it 50-50 is the fact that it's willing to be evil, right? It's willing to do what good won't do.
Right.
So the Chinese, there's whatever they got to sacrifice to surpass, they're doing. If it means 300 people got to work 24-hour shifts for 240 days straight, they don't care. 100%. The number means 100%. Nothing. We can never do that, right?
Right.
Because we play this democracy, trying to be good, like good car. Like we could never do it to that extreme. of just like mass craziness, right?
Exactly, and even as far as like controlling companies to that like level that they do.
There you go.
One
Exactly. Like just the next level, they're willing to go a step above us on everything. So I feel like when it comes down to it, I'm not going to sit here and say China wins, but I'm going to tell you they got a lot better chance than I think you think.
Yeah, no, they definitely.
I think they know. It's like when you're fighting a big guy, right? You're like, I ain't gonna square up with this guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a weapon. I'm gonna get him for the back. I'm gonna sucker punch him. Something along the lines of that. That's why I told you space. If I had to guess, I would say, because we're kind of focusing most, it seems to me, I don't know, I'm nobody. It seems to me that America's like really focused on cybersecurity now. Like we got a couple times and we're like, we need to get everything fixed in cyber.
Right.
And we're kind of forgetting about other fields that are stressing us. And we're behind on certain things that are big deals, like the airplane. And I feel like China's going to get us in space, bro.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like China is going to shoot down American satellites if it came down to it.
So and like like we've been on the show before, but like one thing the way I've always kind of like thought about was like, people pushing this like narrative or like or whatever you want to call it that Americans are slipping here or slipping there. That's what they would want to push because that kind of gets people's like fear sensing going and they want to like kind of like click on that or whatever the case might be. I think there's just like so much more going in the background than just what's televised in the House of Representatives or whatever you want to say.
For sure, there is. But same thing with China, right? Same thing with China now.
Yeah, but I think China's also very, very kind of like foot forward with what their goal is, which makes their people more aware of like that type of shit or whatever. What's up? You looking kind of?
I don't like the way that looks right there.
No, it's that.
Okay. I was wondering. I was getting a lot of calls. I was wondering.
Yeah, there you go.
I was a little worried.
Yeah, it's right there. We're good.
I was getting blown up here.
But
yeah, you're absolutely right, and we don't know the depths of either one.
Exactly.
But like I'm saying, I just feel like China is willing to use like slavery. Right? Yeah. So it's like they are willing to do that, matter if you see it or not. Exactly. They're willing to sacrifice a lot more, and they have more people to sacrifice.
Yeah. But it's so concentrated; it'd be so easy to just boom, take them out. Well, I mean, it's just it's a wild world we really live in today, where you have like this type of level shit going on. It's like you literally have like groups of people but like literally like 400 million people that come together and live in a certain part of the land, and then there's like going against another 2 billion people who are just like, oh, we're over here, but like we don't like what you're doing, or all over here, like.
And it's funny because that's always been weird. There, though, right?
You got big, is the best way I like to look at it is like you have these huge clans in the world, and they're ready to go to war.
But it's always been like that, right? Even when we were way back, right? We had like
100%.
There's 100 people in a village,
100%.
And you got another village with 100 people.
Look how many different sets of like
the American tribes there were. We want them cows. It comes to that. It's always been like that. Of like we just got bigger. That's all it is. So we got more badass.
Yeah.
We had to kill more people with more weapons because there was so many people.
Quicker, efficiently.
Yeah. Or it would just still been musket style. It's just too many people now. When you get to my people, you're like, we blow up shit.
It's like in our lifetime, we've seen the introduction of like non-manned aircraft that just go in and just bomb the shit out of shit. Like you're just gonna see fucking robots fighting out this bitch, yo. It's just gonna be fucking robots.
AI anything is gonna be a military AI.
We're going to Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's where we're going.
Yeah, we're definitely going to Star Wars.
We're going to Star Wars. It's simple as that.
I love how I forget who was breaking it down. Might have been Neil deGrasse, or it was somebody though, and they were like, "Look, you can believe a lot of shit in these sci-fi movies, but like, don't believe there's giant ass force fields that go around spaceships." They're like, to just think that someone could like generate something of that magnitude where like a nuke don't penetrate it or shit like that. It's like that would take so much energy. It'd be crazy. I just always think about that. Like, it's funny how they always got a force field. But it just always reflects.
Let's say we figure out how to capture a star.
Nothing's ever penetrated an alien force field.
Put in the ship.
Right? They always gotta like find a way to like infiltrate the ship and then turn it off or some shit.
Yeah.
They never just punch something through that thing. It's like undefeated.
It's always the good guys who shields good. They're like, our shields are dropping.
Yeah, you're right.
Our shields are dropping.
This shit's so powerful.
I'm giving her all she got.
I love it. What do you think people do if aliens land? You think most of them go crazy? What percentage you giving? Like, I just go crazy. I'll kill anybody.
I want to say like a good like. I want to say like
who's going on a rape spree?
A good amount of suicides go up. Rape? I don't know, man.
Like,
you think raping increases because of alien introduction?
For sure, bro. Because it
just becomes chaos.
It goes with anarchy.
Just like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I was saying rape because it's like, who's going on a rape spree? But it's all around. Like,
I'm trying to wrap my mind around that because that would be that would never be in my head once shit hits the fan. I'm like, all right, let's get it. Like,
but the other day you said 20% of the population is a child molester.
That's true,
right?
That's true.
So 20% of the population is probably going to try to fuck kids. Okay, so we gotta watch out, bro. That's how you gotta think.
There must be some type of fucking kid fucking.
They're all going to take this as their opportunity to go for a kid.
Bro, I'm gonna
every child molester ever. We should fake one. We need a fake alien invasion. And that way we just get ready for all the child molesters that come out of the woodworks to try and fucking just bust them all at once. Flamethrower.
The biggest thing in the world.
Literally.
Aliens.
750. It's a number we ain't even got here. It's like 715 million Americans.
It turns out to be like 60%. We're just like, whoa.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
It's like 92%.
I was like, well, now I really want some aliens to fucking come and just kill
right, get us out of here.
What would
you do? How do you react?
To like the aliens?
Yeah. Big ass spaceship that comes out top of the harbor.
Well,
tomorrow.
Of course, the first thing I'm is reacting to my surroundings and what's going on around me. You know, it's just like before you even address the aliens, you got first of all, like you said, you got to make sure your neighbors aren't fucking their kids
or whatever it may be.
Well, I feel like the first thing you got to do is just get armed. You got to get armed.
Why don't we
That's the first thing in my head.
Need guns. We talked about this before.
I'm robbing someone for guns. How do you do that? I don't know. That just sounds.
I don't think you're gonna rob a guy with a gun. That's not good. You
gotta start somewhere.
Sneak attack.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you need to be friendly. You need to find somebody with extra guns. That's more common.
Then you stab them in the back.
Then you get the gun. You kill them. You give your family those guns.
Maybe eat them. Maybe you don't. Whatever your taste.
First thing I'm thinking is like, let me link up with the people I like and love. That's the first thing I would think. So like, I'm calling you. I'm calling my sister. You know.
I say like it's like the PUBG land. It's like it always fails us where it's just like I want to get a gun, but then you end up dying. It's just like it's like oh man, because I feel like I don't offer much to you until I have a way to protect you. You know what I'm saying? Where it's I need to especially in this type of world.
If two dudes, if one dude comes up on your sister, he could beat her up and fucking take advantage of her. You know what I mean? So it's like right away you're a help. Right away, at least you can square up. But you might lose. You might lose, but at least one guy can get your sister.
And you show up and they have guns.
If they got guns, it is what it is, right? If
then you get fucked.
No, we run. You always try and run. You never fight anybody with guns. You always try and run. Just like right away, you're like hoping it's mass chaos, right?
But I mean,
so it's like, oh, you guys got guns. Then you run down an alley and you hope that like they just don't got time to chase you. It's like we're finding someone easier.
But like I also like to think that like I would exit and someone would be like, hey, come on.
Yeah, that's not happening.
This way,
I picture it more like I don't think no one's gonna be worried about you, dog. Only people you know. That's how I look at it. That's why I said, like, I would try and just get all the people I know together. Like, mainly just people I know. Even if I know you, I don't even got to like you. Right. I just want people I know. Because it's just like, we know each other. Like, I like to think, okay, well, you get 20 people you know together. That's pretty good in chaos. 10's good in chaos.
And you try. You just got to go around. You got okay, it also depends on what's going outside. I don't immediately see people just, like, immediately hit, like, shit hitting the fan. Everything just starts breaking down. People are just going to straight anarchy. I don't think that exactly happens, but of course, you never fucking know.
I think a lot of that happens, dude.
I think it'd be like it's like a gradual thing, because I think people, they'll wait before like it won't be like an instant reaction. It'll be like an overtime reaction. Where it'll be like it's like a slow delve into complete chaos. Like I'd say like maybe within like a week, shit's just like like. Because, like, let's say, like, you go out and, like, the government still has everything good. You're locked down. You walk in front of your house. There's just cops everywhere. National Guards deployed everywhere. They're like, get in the back of the fucking house. You just never know.
At that point, it is what it is. Yeah. But, like, they're not going to be there that quick, Like, often, bro. We talked about it before, right? How many people do you walk by with a gun, right?
Right.
Like, so people are about to bring out their guns. Yeah. Everybody's bringing out a gun if they got one.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone. And so, as bad as it sounds, if it is chaos, you're going to want to take advantage of someone weak with a gun.
Yeah.
As bad as it sounds, an old woman maybe, an old man, that you can find with like a shotty, you're gonna want to just come up, push them over. You don't gotta kill them.
Yeah.
You just push them over.
I need this.
I need this guy more than you do. You've lived your life.
What are you doing here?
I got kids to protect.
You're just gonna be like, off yourself. just off yourself.
Oh yeah, he's just like shoots his wife.
take the gun. You're just like, blood's on my hands.
Should have allowed him to waste them bullets.
I'm like next to you.
Damn
like
it, I'm down 2 bullets.
I was like, he's like, Steve, you seen it? He took it upon himself. I didn't do anything.
I seen it.
I didn't do anything. I was like, yeah. I was like, no blood on our hands.
I like the fact that you live close to, so I feel like I can link up with you close. I'm just like, yo, meet me at McDonald's or something like that, right? Chinese. We'll meet right in the middle. It's like,
you know, the Asian guy got a fucking gun.
Meet right here. Yeah.
No, they got. I know one of them got a fucking gun.
We got one.
You know, you don't ever see.
Come on with you.
You don't ever see one
I'm
of
behind
those.
you like this as we're approaching Chinese.
You don't see those Chinese spots get robbed, bro.
No,
Because they're either well liked or they got guns.
They stopped that forever during the Rodney King riots. They forever shut that down. When they started dropping bodies, I don't know if you remember that. But it's like
I remember shit hit. I remember shit going wild, but I remember hearing like lots of stories about the store.
Well, I watched the doc.
Yeah.
I watched the doc on it, baby.
Oh yeah.
So on the main strip of the Rodney King riots, most of those people on that block were Asian owners. And there's a famous, I'm sure you've seen famous photos, you're just not thinking of it, but there's plenty of famous photos. Like there's one where 2 of them are on top of their business, on top of the thing, a liquor store, like a chicken spot or something.
And it's on fire, or
no, they've got a bulletproof vest on, and they got 2 guns.
Oh yeah, and then fucking they're holding it down.
Yeah, that's the Rodney King riot right there. That was just all across that entire strip. It's mainly Asians. Even if someone didn't have a gun, they were trying to help each other too.
Right.
They all linked up and were like holding their shopping centers down.
Right.
Dropping bodies.
Man.
They dropped bodies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they go to jail?
They kill people. No one that I know of got charged that I heard of.
I remember a lot of what like it's like centered around like that is like when that like one trucker got like, you know, like halfway beat to death, like with the bricks. They were just like, I remember they just rocked his head, like rocked him hard as shit with the brick, like right in his head. Just bow, just tossed that as shit, man, knocked him out.
Somebody hit him with a brick?
Yeah, they pulled a trucker out. I remember there was a video where they pulled a trucker out.
Rodney Kingdom.
Yeah, and then it literally was just like boom, brick, bah. Like
I
this
seen
dude,
surprised
he's alive.
I seen a video the other day about like these 5 teens got charged with attempted murder, bro. Tossed a fucking bowling ball off of a bridge. Straight up hit right on the fucking front roof of this guy's car. And hit the passenger right here. His entire face was broken, Steve. His entire this is months after it happened.
Blown out.
This is months after his face actually reconstructed really good.
Wow.
This is months after this happened. It might have been years that I might have been watching it. His face was still bruised on the inside. Like that yellow bruising, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a light yellow bruising. It still had that. After they did the surgery and healed and everything.
There was another one where like 5 teens chucked a nice bigger bit of concrete off, you know, one of them just went straight through the windshield, hit the guy in the face, went through his eye.
That is so sad.
They all went to jail. You know,
I've never even heard any of these stories, right? And I remember, I might have told you a story before, but I ain't even gonna drop names on this one.
Yeah.
But some fuck boys, basically, 2 of them. This is when Shoppers was first being built.
Right.
And like we just would break in there and just do dumb shit every day because they just left like the keys and everything. And like they just left everything open and out. It was so stupid.
It was like, why? What?
So they had like these
What
big ass bolts with the washers and nuts on them. And they were like this long, yo. And like I remember these 2 were like, oh, let's go up on the Eastwood Bridge and chop these over. And bro, that's what I was saying of like, I've always did dumb shit all my life, but I've always had a cutoff.
Yeah.
That was a cutoff right there.
Exactly.
I literally was like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm not even fucking with this, bro. That sounds like, that's not even fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to like throw one through a window in a shed. You like bust a window. You're like,
exactly. Yeah.
Or a school. Even at school, you're like, yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that school. I'm not here to hurt people, though.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to hurt nobody.
I remember there was another time, again, you know, won't drop names on this, but I remember, you know, Joseph Lee, I think it was like, they started rebuilding the park or something, or we went over there, we were drinking a little bit, had a little bit of smoke, we were having fun, blowing the fire extinguishers, whatever. I remember we took one with us, and we walked past Shoppers over the bridge, and you know, we just kept blowing it, eventually it emptied, and we're on the bridge, we're walking back. I remember just like, next thing you know, we look back, dude chucks the shit out of his fire extinguisher, empty his shit over the fucking highway.
Never heard about this.
Yeah, over the highway, yeah. And then, other kid just like immediately just like literally grabs him up, just like, yo, what the fuck were you doing, bro? What the fuck was that?
Somebody
Like,
checked them?
yeah, literally, yeah. Just literally like had him, bitch, like, what the fuck are you doing? Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but good one. Yeah, I remember just like, we look back, he's literally just flying in the air at this point when we look back.
And he's just a fucking idiot who thinks that's cool. He's a dumb kid.
Yeah, just laughing.
Thinks that's cool.
And once everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Realized what the fuck, like, it wasn't fucking funny, And he still thought it funny, but that one dude stepping to him was enough to like kind of like
someone that
shake it out. Shake it out a little bit.
I like the one time you were actually there, bro. Remember the one time we're walking the railroad tracks with your family member, bro?
Let's see, I'm trying to think.
There's a couple girls there. I'll sum up the story. Basically, I remember like we ended up getting to this point where like he's literally just picking up the biggest rock he can find and chucking it at oncoming traffic, like at their windshield. And we're just like, we're all like, I'm pretty sure you were there, And
I don't know. Does that sound familiar? I don't know.
You might have been up on top of the bridge still and not seeing it or something, but I'm pretty sure you were there. Pretty sure it was me, Tucker, and two girls, and you.
That sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That sums up a period of my life pretty accurately. With that circle. So
yeah, and then we got like we were having fun. Then we just got down to like this underneath of the road. There was just a street going on. And he just goes down and he's just chunking them and geeking. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? And then get back on these train tracks and head the fuck opposite way, dog. I just always remember that, like him laughing as he threw these things. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What is it? On some other shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck. I mean, I feel like something that would stick with me, but I'm not sure.
Maybe you didn't see it. Like, I was the only one that got down with it.
Yeah.
Everybody else was above.
Some shit was like, going on like crazy under that bridge and around that bridge at that time. I remember,
This wasn't that bridge.
No, the railroad bridge?
We walked far.
So it was opposite end, like Dunkin' Donuts end that way, or no?
Opposite way.
Yeah, towards under the bridges. Yeah, by my way, right?
Yeah, but when you keep going, like we kept going, and eventually you run over another bridge, like down on Boston.
Oh yeah, farther down.
Yeah, and if you get down, you're basically on Boston right there in that little bridge cut.
Okay.
You would probably have to see it again to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's fucking. Not Boston Street, but the next set of street right there. You can get down on this little bridge. Yeah. It's like just a little 10-foot bridge.
Oh yeah, farther the opposite way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you're on the other train tracks. Yep, I remember now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking different train tracks.
And you could get down right on the street right there. And
this is the one that if you walk the other way, you would get towards the warehouse.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the bridge. I remember the bridge. Yep, the bridge.
Okay, now you got me.
That way,
we just kept walking out. I think we were blowing it down or something. We got to that point. It was. The throwing was one thing, but just him laughing, I was always like, "What the fuck, bro?" Like, she was weird, bro. And at first, like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, bro.
What are you doing?
I ain't never I remember just I can name 1,000 stupid things. Like I remember all my boys trying to get me to they're like, oh, yo, if we just go over to Eastwood Bridge, like there's Mexicans that come walking over there every day on Fridays with their paychecks, and they were knocking people out, bro. They were just sneaking up on people and knocking them out and right in their pockets, dog. I'm just like, I would never be a part of this, bro.
Oh,
I would literally never. The worst shit I ever did wasn't half of this. Like, I'm not a shitty person.
Right.
I just did dumb shit as a kid, I never did nothing like, I'm going to hurt someone. The worst shit I ever did was, take someone's belongings.
Right.
Steal. Like, that's the worst thing I've ever done is, steal out of someone's car. I would say that's the worst thing I've ever done.
I mean, I've snatched out of a store, that's probably about it, Just snatched them at the store real quick.
Man, we all sell a little weed. Sell a little e-pill.
I never sold any type of pill. But
did you ever grab an e-pill for somebody? Then you technically sold it. You know what I mean?
I was but a third party in the transaction.
You were the drug dealer.
I was a payment processor.
No. In court, you're the drug dealer for that person. Possession and distribution.
How do credit cards work when you buy drugs online?
This is before credit cards.
But Yeah, I'll say the payment processor, boy. But yeah, I mean,
That's why I always like try to get rid of drugs right away. You know, when you get drugs, so you're just like, take this, take this. Hey,
I'm just gonna take that one real quick. Like, yeah, so pills.
That's why
I did what I had to do.
I
did what I had to do.
I looked at it. I love that. I love that.
My family go eat. You would have had a show on your back though.
Like, the first time I got booked with Nev and shit, yo, it was like I had his shit on me separately bagged, you know, because it's his shit.
Yeah.
So it just looked like I had a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I learned that day, 16, that you never ever for 1 second hold someone's shit for them. Not 1 second, bro. If you're hooking somebody with some shit, get it the fuck out of your hands as quick as you can.
Exactly.
Even if you're in the same car, give it to that person, bro.
Exactly.
I remember Mario, bro. Mario used to always try to play that game with me.
Yeah.
Like when he would come get grass from me, like we'd be driving, he want to drive all the way to somewhere else while I still got it. I'm like, no, bro. You're taking this right now. This is your car. You're taking this right now.
No, here you go. This is yours. In your possession. You see that?
No.
It's
It's
possession.
not anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
you.
100%. Like you definitely don't want to be caught with someone else. You got 7 grams on you.
I remember
It's like, well, that's a felony.
that's-
There you go.
The thing is, I was trying to be cool and Uzi, so I brought 7 grams myself. You know, and I remember I brought like 3 e-pills.
That's
I go, wow.
That's how you
and
do
then,
it, Abby.
And then Neb's like, whatever you bring for me.
I remember
And literally, we're going to get money.
and those bitches were duds. Remember those bitches?
These bitches was duds for
Duds,
sure.
shit.
Yeah, I forget what these ones were. You actually didn't have these ones that I had.
But I remember I had one before that. I remember you had before you got those ones. I remember they're like red stars or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I take them. I'm just like, this is bullshit.
I remember I got 2 types. Remember, I got those red stars, which was just like, what is this? You can eat 3 of them, and you're like, eh. And literally, then I got those green monkeys.
Yeah.
Remember those green monkeys?
The green monkeys
bro?
are slappers.
Green monkey's the best one I ever had, honestly.
Yeah,
Out of all of them, bro.
Yeah.
I was like psychedelically gone.
They had naked ladies too. They were also pretty good. I remember someone on here has done the research. They're like, that was crack.
I always, yeah. I was about to say, I always question the naked lady.
Yeah.
I always
I've
question
had-
that. I always question naked lady.
Expect.
Because it's like when somebody tells you, like, oh, I got white widow.
I
You're
remember
like,
before.
I doubt it.
I
Somebody probably
remember
did
there was a small period of time where I was like, it's like, am I getting addicted to these bitches? And then it just stopped. We just stopped.
How many
nowhere.
e-pills have you think you've done?
I think I've done quite a bit. I want to say it's at least.
That many e-pills.
Yeah, I want to say I did quite a bit. I want to say throughout that whole experience, at least more than 10. More than 10,
I'm
15,
probably about 10 times.
Yeah. I'm like probably about you.
I feel like I've done like 5 e-pills. Like, I kind of went right to Molly. Went to Molly early.
Yeah.
I've done plenty of Molly.
Well, once I stopped with the e-pills, I did that once, twice. I was like, nah, I'm
I love that meme I seen the other day where it's like, 25-year-olds in 2019, and it's like shows a person. It's like, oh, I'm depressed as fuck, and then it's like, and then it says about I'm like forgetting about those 2012 Molly binges.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny, bro. Like I gave all this. I'm still happy, but I gave a lot of serotonin away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, quite a little bit. But I mean, it's like it's funny because it's just like everyone kind of does it. Everyone does it. I mean, of course, there's people that don't do it, but everyone does it. Everyone does it.
For me, like I don't feel like I ever did like an insane amount to where like I've obviously never did Molly like 7 days a week.
Yeah.
But after experiencing the highs, I see how people do drugs 7 days a week.
Yeah, I definitely saw how people.
I've never been happier.
Exactly.
I've never ever been happier than on some Molly at a rave.
Exactly. Yeah, bro.
I've never been happier in my life, bro.
I think that like one of the moments where I felt like some of the most glee and just pure like happiness and excitement.
Because you could go like
just
family happiness and shit,
yeah,
right?
Exactly,
That's
different.
separate.
But it's
like real euphoria.
Exactly.
For yourself, for
exactly.
a human.
Exactly.
Human euphoria.
For a moment, for a memory where you're just like that first time, just like going up in that Life in Color rave, just dumb, fucked up, drunk as fuck, slinging fucking paint, don't. It was like literally just like a moment of pure, literally bliss, like pure. It's just like you were on a different level at that moment, So it's like that was like, I mean, of course, aided with severe drugs. It's like it's up there, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just wild. Yeah. That's a wild drug, bro.
Yeah,
that's a wild drug that you're like
excrete that much.
You're like, well, I want to live like this every day.
Yeah,
that's what I want to feel like every day.
Yeah,
you just you can't. You physically, I mean, you can't be taking anything every day. You know? Like,
Exactly. You cannot sit here and just do Molly back to back every day. Every day.
You shouldn't smoke weed every single day, in my opinion. I don't think you should.
You shouldn't drink every single day. I mean, there's a lot of things you shouldn't do.
You should not do everything, anything,
every single day.
Every single day.
You know, whether I mean, like literally, there's such thing as doing too much. Or what was it? It was the one thing where
moderation.
It's like, even moderation.
Everything good moderation, even moderation.
So you got I think you gotta push those boundaries a little bit. You gotta explore a little bit.
But then you gotta tone it down outside.
Exactly. I'm not saying go do some crack, but hey, maybe try that fucking Molly. I don't know. Maybe
that's what I'm saying. Like, we were talking with Tucker, and it's like he's saying like, oh yeah, I wouldn't say that everybody should try psychedelics. Like I consider ecstasy a psychedelic also. Yeah. I think everybody should try psychedelics at least once. If you don't like it, you don't like it, bro. But I would recommend a psychedelic before I would ever recommend weed.
Yeah.
But I'm like, look, weed, hey, it's great. I like it. Your mind's gonna be easy. Of course, this is gonna open your fucking mind, kid.
First and foremost, the natural ones. We want the shrooms, the real DMT
100%. Yeah.
I don't think the acid gets you there like that.
I've never been a fan of acid like that. To be honest with you, for me with acid, it's always been more of laughy, and I also can't control my thoughts that good.
I want to say there was one time where I had some good acid, where like shit was actually like.
No.
But that's about it.
I've got a little trippy before, but like as far as my mind goes, it's kind of mushy.
It's not spiritual.
It also hurts your back. Yeah. Like for some reason, it just hurts your back. Well, for me personally, like a lot of people I know I talk to, like just it's something about like when you do it the way you are. It's like the way you stand or some shit. You know? It just like hurts your back.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was always kind of like a laughing drug. I was always kind of like, we got one little acid. But like shrooms has always been like a love of mine. Like
it's still completely mind blowing that like you consume something that has this type of effect for you to release extra serotonin and just like feel good. Maybe even like have your mind going a mile a minute with just firing off, just pretty much overclocking your mind.
That's why I know you don't like when I say it, but
poison.
Yeah, like even like the fact is that like mushrooms are poisoning your body, but somehow when your body's being poisoned, it goes to like its most in-depth state. Like it don't make sense. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I never read too deeply into it about like the poison thing or whatever.
Well, I mean, you know how mushrooms work, right?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, sort of.
It's basically that mushrooms are bad. They're basically bad. Like you're not supposed to eat them. They make you sick. They give you food poisoning. So that's why I say poison. When you eat mushrooms, you're giving yourself food poison. You're turning everything in your stomach bad. Right? So that's why, like, if you eat more, you're supposed to have a bigger high, right? Because you got more shit that you're turning, basically.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
So when you do that, your body goes into survival mode because it thinks it's dying. Literally, that's why I said it like that, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, like it's in survival mode. It's been poisoned to the highest aspect that it believes it can be. Your body goes into survival mode, and that's why they believe all your senses are activated.
So that psilocybin would be that poison? I mean...
Psilocybin is the active ingredient that's making you trip. But the fact is, you could have if I could give you a psilocybin chemical, you would just drink that, and that'd be great for you. But it comes in mushrooms, right? So you have to eat these mushrooms. You're eating these bad mushrooms.
But see, that's always been my understanding, is that this is psilocybin that gets you there. Not that it's poisoning your body to a point where you're more aware.
You're releasing. I don't know it exactly for step by step, right? So from what I know is that that's how you're releasing that. That's how that chemical is getting activated. It's through the fact that you're up. It 100%. 100%. No denial. It gives you food poisoning. It turns everything in your stomach fat. As far as the next steps, I can't describe them to you properly. Of how psilocybin comes in it. I believe that that's just in the mushroom. And when it turns your stomach bad, well, it becomes your stomach. So now psilocybin is your stomach, and now you have it running through you. That's how I would imagine it. But I know...
I kind of imagine it more like along the lines of like, the psilocybin is just ingested by your system and just moves.
It's 1,000% poison in your body. That's 1,000% what mushrooms are. You're poisoning your own body.
I'm about to do more reading. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can read into it, you know what I mean? But you're gonna see exactly what I'm saying there. Is that part I know is not a lot. That's fact right there. Is that it makes your stomach sick. It makes you.
I've just never read that. I just never read that anyway. So but again, I haven't read about.
What did you think I was saying when I said poison?
Well, I mean, I'm just.
I told you that when it was going on. Like when I first said that, I was like,
yeah, 100%.
I explained
100%,
that.
But I mean, it's like we never sat here and talked about it in depth at all. You know. Just
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know
about
about how a psilocybin goes, but I know that that's what mushrooms do.
Why it freaks me out is like what it always makes you think about. It always makes you think about when they had that schizophrenia simulation video, the person's drinking something, it's just like poison. It's just like I watched that one time. I watched that one time. Tripping. I was just like,
yeah, no, I'm trying to. I actually was disappointed in how you reacted to the fact that I was saying poison. You know, I thought you would be more interested in how I am about it, or where it's like, it's weird to think that I'm reaching these states while my body thinks it's at its worst state. Like, why is it that I have to go to this to tap into this?
Be like a form of like adrenaline almost as well.
I feel like some along the lines of that. Yep. And your body's just like, I need everything.
Everything just overclocked. But it's like adrenaline without the adrenaline action.
But that's what I was saying to you. Like when I was sitting alone and thinking, and I was trying to just tap into that by itself, it hurt, Steve. Like I keep telling you that. Like I'm telling you, that's what I did, bro. I put all of my 5 senses. There's 5, right? 5 senses into a circle. Like, that's what I did when I was doing that. And when I did it, it made me sick. And my body hurt, and I couldn't stay there. You kept saying, go with it, bro. But I literally couldn't. Like when I got there, my ears were hurting. My stomach was upset. My body hurt from using all of that. You know what I mean? Like it's something like you're not supposed to do that. I don't think humans are supposed to do that. Like on a natural level, you're not supposed to have full control.
Just hear you kind of explain this like I'm not feeling it.
I was trying to tell you like how I was doing it, bro. It's the most phenomenal thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like when we talk about phenomenon, that's what happened right there. I think that's how you say it. I tried to explain it to you the best I could. Okay, I'm gonna lay this out forever on record.
Let's hear it because
what I was doing, right? I tried to say it to you. What I was doing is I was laying in that chair, right? And then what I would do is I was looking up at the stars, right? And I looked at the stars without blinking until they started to mush like this. You know how they start to move after a while and they're all kind of like this because you're not blinking? And when it started to move like that, I stared at something in nature. So after that, we started mushing up like that, I looked at the tree. Remember we were right underneath of that tree?
Yeah.
I would stare at that tree. And if I focused on that tree, still thinking about those stars mushing together, this sound of like a huge flying creature would go by my ear, like a bug of some sorts, like just like that, literally right across from one ear to the other. And as soon as that happened, it got staticky. I can't even explain it. It was like that. Wah, 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 wah. That's literally. Remember, I was telling you, like, what if that's that people do? Like the wom wom wom. That's literally how it sounds. Like wom 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 wom. And my stomach start to hurt. And my ears hurt from that sound. And my face and my body was like hurting. I was good. Like I was in this state of like everything. But it was taking from me.
Yeah, I guess I don't get because I literally had something like completely different where like, well, as I was laying there, you know, I closed my eyes and like I felt kind of like more of like a body lift. Like I was kind of like almost like weightless, kind of like when I closed my eyes. And then when I would open them back up, everything was just kind of like, I remember just like seeing the trees just kind of like vibrating real quick.
Right,
I remember
we talked about that.
Yeah, I remember feeling
that. As a frequency.
Yeah, I remember feeling that in my being. And eventually it was like, I got to a point where it's just like vibrating. I feel like we both were vibrating similarly, literally. And then I
said you were vibrating.
And I would just break out of it. I would just be like,
oh, what is this? I feel like it was like the main thing of like, just like when we were outside, like you weren't under that tree. It was not about being under that tree.
I remember I laid into the thing after you were like, bro, look at that tree. I said, bro, this is crazy.
And like, if you just could have like did the process that I was trying to do, I think you could have did the same thing. I think it's something along the lines of like, you like, it might not even have been the stars in that tree. It was the fact that like, I let my brain like get all mushy into one thought. And then I brought that down to earth. And like I tapped into this thing, bro. It's hard to fucking talk about and explain, you know? It's one of them things. But you remember like the first time when I was like, what? Or I said something like that. I was like, what the fuck? Or wow, or something like that. Like 100% sincere, bro. I'm not, I wasn't some 13-year-old trying to go, these mushrooms are good. 100% was like, what the fuck was that? The first time it happened. And then that's when you were like, let go, bro. And I was trying to tap back into it. Did it about 3 times to the point where you're like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. You're like, go there. I'm like, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
It's literally it hurts.
I remember you saying that eventually, you know?
It hurts, bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it was weird. I would love to try it again, bro.
Yeah, definitely. But it takes time. It takes time for that type of thing to like.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it really takes time for you to get, a tune. That's something you do. I would not even say you probably not even supposed to do it like twice a year, if that.
I think for me, it's like I feel like it's like everything in moderation. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like I do kind of want to experience it a little sooner than I thought I would because I feel like I have a little better control. Like I kind of know, right? And plus, you're getting the same shit. You're getting the same shit. So like right? Like your thought. So you're like, now you know what you want to do when you take those. Right? That's the only reason I kind of want to do them. It's like I want to do that. I might be good for years after that, but I'm totally with the twice a year is a good amount. 3, I would say, literally is tops.
That's if you find some motherfucking
right.
It's like
it's crazy though. Like when I talk to Pennsylvania people, they're like, "You can't find shrooms."
There's literally on Reddit, there's literally a subreddit for like shrooms. It's called shrooms. There's mushrooms,
you got shrooms,
but then there's shrooms. But people just be like posting pictures, just like look at this, just like. I'm just like, there's people out there with like, I can't get rid of all these shrooms.
Yeah.
People like, where are the shrooms? But then there's some people that are like, I literally cannot move this many shrooms. I have too much.
Just take them. Yeah. It's so fun. And we can't find shrooms at all. It's crazy.
Exactly. It's like, it's fine.
But with that, I just feel like, I mean, if you want to talk about as close as you can get to a superpower, besides like crack or something, that's it, bro. Like, I think.
You won't call crack a superpower.
Crack is a superpower.
I think crack would be like the villain's power. So it's not a superpower. It's just like it's a power used for evil.
So what's that called? An evil power? No, it's called a superpower.
It's not a superpower.
Wow, you only correlate that
with superpower. It's not a superpower.
No, superpower is just a power that's powerful. It can be with anybody.
Yeah, I'm just geeky, bro. That's
you don't get it. You don't get Comic-Con. You ain't going to Comic-Con.
I'm just saying, like, if like there wouldn't be like a crackhead superhero, it'd be like a crackhead villain.
Why are you saying that? Why are you ever saying that, bro?
Based on what crackheads do.
That would be the best. That would literally be the best comic book of all time. It's like this guy, he just goes around when he sees trouble, he smokes a bowl of crack real quick.
Well, I'm thinking like typical crackhead. He's like, I'm robbing the bank so I can get more crack, so I can keep the superpower going. I need some way. I need the fun.
But when you think about it,
think like how a villain would think. They're gonna try and be like, how do I use crack infinitely?
Listen, a crackhead's a crackhead, right? A crackhead's a crackhead, right? And they will steal from you. They'll steal your radiator out of the ground, right?
There's only bad qualities.
But all I'm saying is, from my experience with crackheads, they're not going to go like kidnap someone, right? Or they're not going to go like try and hold up a bank. Like a crackhead don't do that, bro, because crack is cheap. Yeah, but they literally just need $10, bro. So it's like, I'm gonna steal your fucking radiator and I get $13.
If crack was a superpower, they would then be like, I'm just like,
you'd be like, look, I'm taking it to the next fictional level. The government would start applying it. The government would start supplying it.
I'm taking it to the next artificial where it's like
the government would have super.
It's the equivalent of like some villain stealing the gem of power so he could power himself up infinitely. This crackhead villain is just trying to power himself up with crack infinitely.
I'm thinking, arguably, we should do
some type of tower of a Tony Stark crack arc reactor.
I like that. I think when we attack places, we should have 5% crackheads.
I'm more like the Joker of crack, or like the Lex Luthor, Luthor with crack.
I'm 5% of the U.S. military to do crack before we invade.
Or I'm thinking like the Juggernaut, but with crack. It's like, I'm a fucking crackhead, bitch. It's like that type of shit.
I feel like that guy who's just like,
because I feel like
crackheads, RPG guy.
Crackheads are in it for themselves.
Remember that RPG guy video you shared?
RPG guy video.
He's like a master of the RPG. He shot it over.
Oh there. Yeah, bro. Or Jamsheed, the RPG god boss.
That was a crackhead.
You think that was a crackhead?
Yeah, I'm saying that could be. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, go do it, crackhead.
Don't come for Jamsheed.
I think we should have 5% of the population.
Listen, put some respect on Jamsheed, the RPG god boss's name.
Bro, this is one of the times where I'm like, I'm not stupid, bro, right? So I'm going to do one of two things with whatever his name is, Jamsheed.
It's stupid if you die, but he did it, bro. So it's badass.
No. With Jamsheed, right, it's either the people he knew from growing up in this area that these people had horrible accuracy, right? That there's just 0% accuracy. They had no chance of shooting him with an AK from 2 miles away. Right, which is what it is, right? Then which he knew, Or there's actually no shots really being fired back, right? You're just
Okay.
kind of you're shooting over there because
AKs have higher bullet velocity.
Listen, if you watch but they don't have that range. If you watch the video, you don't really see any bullets coming back.
Because they're not well trained. That's all. That's what it is.
You're not really seeing it.
But
they're not really
they have snipers too. So
I'm gonna go and say that they weren't getting shot at, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say maybe someone shot a shot, and they're like, "What is that? It's over there!" And he'd start lighting it up, and then Jamshi or whatever his name is go over there like, "Oh, well, there's no shots coming." Phew. That's how. But if someone got you shot. Listen, Steve.
That's also like kind of like a thing of like.
No, this is basic. This is basic military strategy. He shot at a mountain, right? So let's say if you're up on a mountain and you really are trying to kill some Americans, you're not going to take that shot unless you think you can kill them or you're fucking with them. That's the only way you take that shot at all is, I can kill all them or fuck them. I'm going to take a shot just to scare them. That's RPG. The only way you should. No, I'm talking about the people on the mountain.
Oh, okay.
On the mountain. They see all them Americans right there. They know they got AKs. They're like, either they know I got a couple snipers. I got some heavy machine guns. I could chop these Americans up. Or it's 12 of them with AKs, and they're just like, watch this. And they shoot one shot, and they get you all round out.
So he's not Jamshid, the RPG god boss.
I'm not talking about Jamshid. Once again, I'm talking about the people on the mountain.
Yeah.
The only reason they shoot at the Americans, the people on the mountain, not Jamshid. Don't talk about him no more. The people on the mountain.
I'm talking about Jamshid.
If you're on the mountain, right? The mountain in any war ever, the mountain is the advantage.
I have the high ground, Luke.
That's literally what you want. You want the high ground. So in that instance, you're either going to chop these people to pieces or you're just fucking with them. Because there's no need for you to shoot one shot and then see how much firepower America has.
Right.
It's the dumbest shit you could ever do. There's no more shots coming. So to me, it looks like they were like some shit I would do. There's a bunch of fucking Americans right there. You know you can't kill them. Well, you got to do nothing now.
But I think it's more of a stereotype like moving towards that area. They're just like, all right, well, we're not going to just retreat, they're just going to shoot at them.
I think they shot a shot and just kind of dipped off on the other side of the mountain. And the Americans were still unloading like 300 shots and they're just kind of already gone. I think it's like that type of thing. Where it's like,
yeah, hell yeah, it is.
You want to get them to lose bullets.
Well, along the
line, go ahead, shoot away, dummies.
I'm more crazier.
You wasted the RPG.
Video. One of the crazy videos was the one that said you were like, the dude was like, he was blown off the top of like, the turret. Remember, he's just like sitting, he's like, the video starts, he's just like, you didn't watch that one, bro?
Send that to me.
I sent you one, bro.
I watched the military ones,
bro. It was this one.
I hopped right on the military ones.
I assume this guy was like the guy that was in the gunner spot who got flown, because that's what the title said. He got flown. So the video starts pretty much, he's just like, it's all cloudy. He just like, fuck, and then like after a couple of seconds, he eventually like works to standing up, and he's looking around. He's just like, and then shots ring out. He's just like, oh shit, and
100%.
He snaps back in, goes back in over to
never seen it
over to the thing that's like it's like flipped over, and like he's looking at his one boy on the ground, and he's like bleeding out his face, and you're just like, he's like, you good? He's like, no, I'm not, bro, I'm not. And looks in. He's talking to one of the guys that's still in the vehicle. They just got hit by a rocket. He's like, hand me a fucking weapon. Hand me a fucking weapon. And he was like, you hear the guy, he's like, bro, I can't see. You don't ever see the guy.
Bro, send me this fucking video.
Yeah, I gotta send you, bro.
100%
I gotta send you right now. Yeah.
He's like, I can't see.
Yeah, he's like, I can't see what I'm doing. He's like, hand me any fucking thing. So he's able to throw him some grenades, some like M40 grenades and like a grenade launcher. He's got, I need my fucking M4. And he's just like, hang tight, guys. But like, just 5 seconds ago, he's on the ground, on the ground.
He's already in the fight.
Exactly.
He was actually the best one for the fight, though, right there, because the one guy can't see, and the other guy's bleeding out his mouth and shit.
He's just sitting there. He's just like, is he good? He's like, get down. They're shooting. Give me my fucking M4, bro. Give me my fucking gun.
I don't even like thinking that like a bazooka can like penetrate a tank.
And
why are we not strong enough to stop a bazooka? Like, I understand a tank caliber shot, right? Yeah. Like, that's huge. But like a bazooka, that should not kill the people inside.
No, but I think it does enough damage, where it's like, it still has to be a mobile thing. You can't weigh it down with too much armor type of thing, I mean, of course we're getting there. But I think
force field,
because like the weaknesses of a lot of these cars is like they hit them at the ground. So not that they get blown up, but that their shit gets rocked and you injure them inside more so.
Right.
That's why those like EODs are such a big deal.
I just picture like What is that?
I mean, the IEDs.
Right,
exactly. The IEDs, the ground,
I just picture like, I want it like futuristic, right? Where you just got like, someone's coming in and then it's like James Bond, bro. And like 2 machine guns pop out each side and like shoot a missile out of the air.
Yeah.
I want to like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I tell you
Why
one,
can't
like,
we do that? I gotta piss on my phone.
yeah, that's all good. One of the cool not even like one of the cooler things, but like one thing that like I remember about like the specifically the Vietnam War and the war in Iraq and Afghanistan was that they had a hard time deciphering who was actually going to fight them or not, because I mean, like a lot of times the rules of engagement require you to be fired at, and you able to recognize that these are the people firing at you, and then then it's like it's still not even your decision if you want to fire back. You got to hear from a higher level person that tells you to then engage, or that you have the right to engage. But yeah, they had like same thing happened in Iraq, where like they had no way of knowing who was actually their enemy, just like what happened in Vietnam. They had zero clue. And I couldn't even imagine fighting in a goddamn fucking jungle. Like you get like the jungle is one of the fiercest fucking places to fight in. You got the swamps and shit. Like you have literally like untrekkable terrain. There's just one thing you gotta look up. It's like
most of us
it's boot rot. You ever heard about boot rot?
Nah.
It's like when your feet are just like it's like they're like pretty much just moist and sweaty for a long period of time.
Okay.
And you get these like serious skin infections and
that's
like,
why all
parasites
them
and
movies
shit.
they're always like change your socks, maggot.
Yeah.
They give
But,
them like 4 pairs of socks.
Like imagine like you grow up in like kind of like a village. You look and you're just like, well, they kind of look like the people we're fighting, but they're not fighting us. The next ambush. It's just
on just the foot thing. Remember also during Vietnam there was a point where it rained for like 36 days straight.
Oh yeah, what did it?
Yeah. I thought 36 or 26, something like that, like 20, 30 days, something like that straight.
Yeah.
It just did not stop. So it's
and
like, how do you not? But you're absolutely right. Like, how do you even know the enemy?
Yeah. There's another video I gotta send you, bro. It was a Vietnam age tank, right?
Casualties.
It was a napalm flamethrower tank, though. This bitch would shoot napalm up to like 100 yards. Armor, just shooting fucking napalm.
What is napalm?
Napalm, from what I understand, it's gasoline, but like you add in an agent that turns it to like a jelly, like a jelly paste. Agent
Orange.
Yeah, that's napalm. That's napalm. Yep,
okay.
Exactly, because the way it burns.
Right.
So it's gasoline that's been chemically altered to be gel-like. So it sticks to shit and burns quick as fuck like gasoline, and hot like gasoline too.
That's some evil shit.
So you just spurt it out. It just lands on fire, and since the gel, it also had some type of like long burning cooling agent. So like it wouldn't burn itself up immediately. It would burn over an extended period of time. It was meant literally just for the most damage. I mean, thinking about the jungle, you're just like, set it all on fucking fire, I guess. It's just like some sick ass shit. I think there's like I think I'm getting my photos mixed up. There was a photo of like I think it was either Vietnamese or a Japanese girl who had just been like hit by a bomb or something. She, like her skin's like fried. It was like one of the most iconic photos.
You might be thinking about the nuke.
Yeah, I might be getting mixed up. But regardless, like we come up with some sick shit.
Imagine if we had drones during Vietnam. How many civilians were being killed? Way more than we did in Iraq.
Oh yeah,
that's for sure, bro.
Yeah,
we would have killed everything.
Because with Iraq, we didn't have drones up for a long period of time.
Right. It was actually Afghanistan, right? Is what mainly we had, which is basically like 2 wars in one, if you think about it. Because we kind of just want one to the other. I actually don't even know which one it was.
That's what I call it. I call it the Iraq, the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's
that's the best way to put it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Iraq and Afghanistan, which is just wild because we're just passing 9/11 that just recently happened. It's just like I'm no longer gonna say no shit about 9/11, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done with that. I'm not even gonna flirt with that. Like, number one, right? No matter what, like I've always believed, like I always said it was real, right? But I always said like maybe there was a reason for it. I'm not even gonna walk that line no more. I'm sorry I ever said anything like that. Like just the fact of like when you have something to that severity, after listening to those calls, if those calls that those people made before they died are fake, those people should be winning Oscars and be real actors in the world because it's as good as and as authentic as you can ever get.
Yeah.
And when you listen to those calls, man, your fucking heart just drops, dude. Like that one from the guy Brian, that's the one that always gets me.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I want you to be happy. I want you to live after this. Yeah. It's like, and at the end, it gives me chills talking about it. At the end, he says, I hope to see you there. Right?
Yeah.
He's talking about heaven.
Yeah. Accepted death.
Accepted death, bro.
know something's gonna go wrong.
And you always want to be that douche that's like, I would have did something. It's like, I hope I would have, you know?
Well, I mean, there was that one flight, where the people did try and storm the cabin.
Like I said, I'm trying not to even go down
Yeah.
this path anymore, but that's one I always kind of wondered about too, Steve.
Man.
Flight 93. You ever watched the movie?
No.
I don't know, right? I'm a complete idiot. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm literally, it's going to be the last thing I ever say about it. But on that note, I always kind of thought that might have been a glamour story, right? Because how do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know?
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
It could have been, oh, we already cracked 2 into the towers.
To,
I'm gonna slam this one into the ground.
to,
Right? It could have been nobody
Got-
felt bad.
got me
I'm
more-
sorry. I'm not trying to offend anyone.
got-
I don't even want to talk
to-
about this
so the-
anymore.
Yeah. So the move on for that is like the one that like really stuck with me was the one with the guy on the operator. And he's talking. He's just like, we're trapped. We're up here. It's just like, and she's like, no, hang tight. They're making the way up. And then you hear the shit start to collapse. He's like, oh god, no! Ah! And just cuts.
Bro,
Now is the collapsing.
There ain't no faking the videos of people jumping out the 60th
man.
story.
That's-
Which for me, I've had to burn alive. I say that, I don't know. I might jump, right?
Yeah.
But like I always feel like, oh, if I jump, whoa, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's gonna be easier. I don't
quicker.
want to. Is it?
It might be. I don't know.
Is
You
it? Then
might-
I mean, if these things are burning hot enough to melt steel beams, they should burn pretty quick on you. They should
Yeah.
kill you pretty quick, right? You shouldn't live very long. If someone's 8,000
I don't-
degrees,
Yeah, I don't.
you're supposed to be
So-
like, it should be like that.
That's one of the things with the conspiracies that like I never agree with. Is like when they really talk about it, is like, it's like, well, Jet fuel doesn't burn that hot. It couldn't melt, or it couldn't, the building was supposed to, stand up or not collapse. But I mean, like, it's the prolonged heat over a period of time which will raise the temperature. It burns
100%.
hotter and hotter,
100%.
hotter and hotter.
And
especially-
there's how people cut corners all the time, bro. They
Yeah.
feel like, oh, this is an engineer marvel. You don't know that, bitch.
Yeah,
You
but I
ain't
mean,
build
like,
it.
but
I can tell you all the time, as a person that builds shit, I cut corners
this
sometimes.
is my thing. I'm like, you tell me we build a building that could withstand a full size jet flying into it.
Right.
You didn't build that for that specification.
No.
So what are you even saying right now? So I mean,
I like when they're like, it could have been a 757 and it still survived or something like that. And you're like, what are you saying? It just had to be bigger? Okay. You're saying it could have. And it just had to be
because
bigger.
I mean, like the one thing is that like flight space is never that low, so it's never like that's the lesson they're thinking about. Of course, they
And
put
they never
put those markers.
like we never experienced something like that. So like for a
Exactly.
long time, they didn't know what was going on. They thought they were just not on the right
Yeah.
course.
Yeah,
They weren't thinking about hijacking.
yeah.
You
And
know,
then-
nobody was. Stop
yeah.
acting like people need to stop acting like they got all the answers. Like, oh, if I was in that situation, I'd do this. I used to be like that because I remember being like, I'd have never jumped out. Oh, if I was in there, I'd have ran down the steps. Even if there was fire, I'd run through it. That's where my dumbass is a dumbass.
Exactly.
You're thinking about like a house fire where
Yeah.
the thing's burning at like 400, 500 degrees. You could run through a house fire and burn up a little bit and live.
Yeah,
You're not running through 8,000 degrees of jet fuel.
yeah.
You will incinerate. It's not even if the fire's this long, you don't run through it. There's no running through those fires.
So that, and you had like literally you probably had like 10 to 15 floors that were burning. And if you're above that, it's all above you. You literally like you can't even see, let alone fucking breathe.
That's
Like,
what I
come
was
on.
thinking. Like, of course, I'm going stupid here. I'm just going to like things I'm thinking of. But like, I was thinking, like, if I'm gonna jump, I'll throw myself down something in the building first. Like, I'll just throw myself, like, go to the middle of the steps and just throw myself down the middle of the steps. You get what I'm saying? Instead of jumping out.
I mean, like, you think you'll have more of a chance of surviving or what?
Not at all. But I'm just saying, like, hey, at least like I'm trying to get down there. You
Yeah.
know, like I feel like when you jump out the side of the building, you're just like, I don't want to burn to death, so this is how I'll die.
Yeah.
Well, it's like with the steps, you're like, maybe 5 stories are on fire, yo, and you're just like, fuck it. I'm gonna jump and try and grab the rail and jet listo. Fuck it. What you know, I'm not saying I can do it. But like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna try that before
It's
I
just
just
funny.
jump out in the middle of the street. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
Yeah,
I can't. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm not.
yeah.
I like to think that that's not what I would do. I'd burn to death trying to run through flames, or I'd throw myself down.
Those are some of the most haunting images where it's like you see people hanging out the windows.
It's literally
They've broken.
it's the worst thing you're ever seeing.
Yeah,
There's multiple people that jumped out of the buildings.
yeah. It was one of the ones that we've caught like on like the most film that we filmed the most. That we
Yeah.
had, like,
I just
literally
hate
had
that part on
footage.
that one where the lady's like, I'm gonna die, ain't I? I'm gonna die, ain't I? And then
She's like, say your prayers.
building
Say your
collapse.
prayer.
Yep, say your prayer. Then the building
Say prayer,
collapses.
sweet. Hang tight. Everyone, they're coming.
Building collapses.
Wow.
And she's just like, Becky or whatever it is. She's like,
There,
Becky.
yep.
The wildest thing is that picture that I shared where like it's a picture of the towers, but you can see over the bridge and it's a fire truck that's going over the bridge.
Yeah.
And every person on that, I did my research on that one. Every person on that fire truck died.
Yeah.
Going up the stairs. As they were going up the stairs, they collapsed.
Yeah.
Every person on that fire truck, bro.
God,
and they're literally going to their death in that picture. You don't even know.
Wild. Yep.
Chills type shit, bro.
Oh my God, man.
Almost 300 police officers and firefighters died, because that's what I was really wondering. Like, why firefighters died? It's like 257 firefighters, bro.
I think
insane.
I think what they're saying is like the people who respond to 9/11, the casualties from that is going to soon surpass the actual casualties of the actual 9/11 event. I'm not sure. But I believe that's true. I believe that's a true thing.
It literally got me tearing up, bro, thinking about it.
Yeah,
the fact of just like I don't want to sound heartless, but like the people that are in the building, it's like wrong place, wrong time. The people that went into the building to save people, like that's what I like to think I would be.
Yeah.
And to know that like they died doing that, man, that's really tough, you know? Like they didn't have to go there, bro.
Yeah.
You can see that and say, I quit. It's a job. It's a job, bro. You could say I quit. They didn't do that.
I'll tell you, you know what really like I can't imagine.
Every year on that treadmill you ever see, they walk up all the stairs.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like I feel like a lot of them knew
Full gear,
we'd never make it up all these stairs before this building collapses.
But we're gonna try. Exactly, yeah.
Save who we can.
You know what?
God, man, it's just fucking tough.
One thing I've always thought about is that, like, you know, imagine being one of the firefighters that made it out of that building. And you're like,
I seen a video with a kid where he's like, me and my mom are both 9/11 survivors. He's like, my mom was in the second building when the first building. All this shit gives me chills when I talk about it. He's like, my mom was in the second building, pregnant with me when the first building got hit, and his mom got out, bro. As soon as the first building got hit, his mom left the building.
Yeah, goddamn, bro.
And then the second one got hit.
Oh fuck.
Because at first you don't even know what's going on. Like you can't. Like people are so quick to call people dumb or like I do this, I do that. You know, like you see that first one get hit, you're looking out the window. And next thing you know, your building's hit.
Exactly.
You're not thinking, let me get out of the first floor right away. Like you're in shock.
Yeah.
A lot of people freeze. Up when it's like crucial time like that. Just your body naturally freezes.
I'm thinking someone had a window seat to what happened in that second tower.
Yep.
They're looking at us like,
yep. My dumbass was always thinking like maybe if I'm on the third floor, I could like tie everybody's shirts together. That's how dumb I think.
I know the problem for like all those lower levels to get out, you know, it was just because all the smoke and fire goes up, you know.
Right, because they hit them pretty high.
Yeah. I think it was the second tower that hit relatively lower.
So imagine what building you're on. Like you're just
thousands of people.
Imagine, I work on the 28th floor, but I went down to the 14th to hit the cafeteria at the time that plane hit.
Yeah. I'm saying I would just be like, oh, what did I do, man? What am I supposed to do with this now, man? Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's just
you could have literally like. I wonder what it was like being on the second or first floor when the plane hit. Like what it sounded like on the first floor.
The shaking, probably. You know.
You think it was shaking? You think the building shook?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think it's a lot of forced explosion as well.
You're thinking that thing's going 500 miles an hour.
Yeah. And
you're hitting it with like.
And it literally exploded. Like,
that's got to be like at least 10,000 tons.
I mean, blew out the other side as well. You know, so. You know, I'm just like, yeah, you definitely felt a shake in that building.
It kind of did.
Yeah.
It kind of was already gone at the last.
Someone had a front seat, just like looking at the plane come towards them. Like
crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody had a last seat watching the thing slide through the 13th floor or whatever it is.
Yeah. People were probably on that plane looking out the window, watching themselves fly.
Insane, bro.
Yeah, it really just
insane. You know, the thing that always gets me mad, which, like I said, I don't want to be that guy that's like, I want to do this, I want to do that. The thing that always gets me mad is they had knives.
Yeah.
That's what gets me mad, where it's just like, you don't know what they got. If they're lying to you and saying we got guns or we got bombs, whatever it might be, you might be different, right? But if I know someone got knives, well, you could stab me with a knife to death before I ever let you crush this building. Because I'm thinking about other people. That's all I'm thinking about, bro. In that situation, I'm just like, what are you planning to do with this thing? Fuck the people that are in this thing. What are you planning to do with this thing?
Exactly.
You know, I pray to God Flight 97 is a real thing. I pray to God those people really fought back. Think about how many lives those people saved.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Because that thing was fitting to crack something else.
Yeah.
I forget they know what it was on its way to. I forget what it is. It's the White House, I want to say, bro.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which
is like what you would think they would go after, right?
I'm thinking,
why not blow up the White House?
Well, I'm thinking, I mean, I think Twin Towers are probably easy targets because they were the tallest buildings in the United States.
Why is the White House not easy?
Because I think of the amount of restricted airspace that you would have. I think
fly through.
I think planes specifically fly around like DC. They never directly fly into its airspace or anything like that.
But this is the first time it happened, like we were talking about before. It's the first time it's happened.
But I think the airspace over Washington State has always been like that.
You think it's true they got like anti-air missiles on top of the White House?
I think they have something close by. Theory, I think they have something close by.
It's a cool theory. How about the fucking Israel that I sent you, bro?
Talking about the dome shit?
No, motherfucker. Israel caught planting fake cell tower devices next to the White House. I sent you the article. Literally, bro, it's a device that's called like something like IHOP attack or some shit like that. It fakes to be a cell tower, and it tracks.
It calls and shit.
It fools phones to think it's a cell tower to ping to it. 100%. They got all the evidence pointing towards Israel. Multiple devices they found right outside of the White House. They believe it was to spy on the president and its cabinet members and the associates. Not a single word spoke, bro. Not a single thing being done, bro. Not a single thing being done.
I don't think it will. You know, probably sold them that shit too. Giving them all that money. That's what they use it for.
I try and be a step ahead, right? I always try and be a step ahead, right? So my mind goes like this. America knows that people are kind of catching on to the Israel scam, right? We kind of are starting to understand, why are we giving Israel this money? What is Israel? What are they doing? Who is this? Why? Now that we're kind of getting that, they give you something like this to make you go, oh, we busted Israel. You know, like, oh, we're on Israel too.
Okay.
But they don't prosecute it, right? Because it's something they did themselves to make the public think, no, look, we got Israel doing this. We busted them. You know, like, I feel like it's like, I always try and go like that step heaven. Like, I feel like they give you certain things that make you think certain things. Because it just doesn't make any sense for them to find someone committing direct espionage.
It also wouldn't make sense, though, for them to be like, all right, we want to frame this on Israel because we like Israel. Everyone likes Israel. You know?
See, for me, it's like, I feel like everyone doesn't like Israel. I feel like America likes Israel, right? So the citizens.
I think majority, I'd say it'd be more majority Israel versus,
Versus what?
Versus being for the Palestinian people. You know what I mean? Like,
is that what it is? Is that what the choice is? That's not the choice.
No, what I'm saying.
It's a choice. Are you for sending $230 billion a year to Israel for aid? Are you for that? That's That's what we're talking about here.
But these are the same people that do this to the Palestinians. That's what I'm saying. Where it's like you either fall into one or the other type of deal. You know, where it's like
I'm not even trying to get into
you
that.
You are aware.
Like, you don't have to get into
that's what I'm saying. When you're aware of Israel, people are people want to be. Most people in this country want to be close with Israel versus not. Is what I think.
I don't know that's fucking true at all.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think people give a fuck about Israel. I don't think most people even know what it is or what it stands for. I don't think it means shit.
I think a lot of people do, bro.
You think most people know about Israel, know what's going on? You think they know about Gaza Strip?
I don't know what's going on, but I think
I don't even think most of them know it's a Jewish fucking country, which I guess you could call it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Jewish state.
Jewish state, right? Not country, that.
Yeah. But it is a country, though. It's
so it's a state country. It's a province.
Some people don't recognize it. Some people don't recognize it, but some people do recognize it.
I don't even think most people know that. I don't think most people know what the fight's about or anything like that.
Yeah, but even without that, I think they're just like, oh, we like Israel. I think that's just because
I don't think so.
Because there's a lot of politicians who are for Israel.
Politicians? I'm talking about American people.
But it boils to the people, though. This is what they feed to the people. This is what the people get caught about. I mean, like,
are you saying the American people control what the politicians do? That's what
no. what I'm saying is the politicians. This is what they portray onto them, where it's like, well, this is the politician I'm voting for because he's the right or left or whatever. He likes Israel. Well, I like Israel. I think that's how it kind of like goes.
I never really heard anybody trying to sell like their presidential campaign on Israel and how much they like Israel or hate Israel.
But
the only one I ever heard was like Mitt Romney.
But there are people who come out. They talk about their either their support. Like, that's one huge thing, on like the Democratic side, where they're like, it's like, why do we support Israel because of what they do? That type of deal. Whereas more so on the right, you see this like, it's like you see them more supportive of Israel. I don't think I think people are ignorant to it, but people also are like, well, this is what my side's doing. This is what I'm going to pick.
You might be right. I don't think anybody's ever won a campaign based on what they're going to do in Israel.
100%.
No one gives a fuck.
But I think a lot of people's campaigns,
I just think most people don't know how much aid Israel is getting. And if the real facts were explained to these people, that we're the number one aid of any country in the world. The number one, Israel gets the most money from America than any other country gets from any other country in the world in aid. We give the most to Israel in the world. It's a crazy amount of billions of dollars. People don't know that. And if they did, I'm sure we'd be asking some more questions about it and people would be more outraged about it. I just think most people don't even fucking know.
But people don't know that, but people do know about Israel.
I don't think most people could tell you where Israel's at.
No, they couldn't, but they people like to think that they know things like that.
I don't think they can tell you what religion they are, where they're at, what they're fighting, why they're fighting, how much we give. What can someone tell you about Israel? What can the average person in America tell you about Israel?
But this is what I'm telling you, that they don't know a lot about Israel, but this is what they believe because this is what their side they're choosing believes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like I like to think that people.
I guess that could be some.
I like to think that people like
that's
like
not
make,
a big right.
But this is my thing. I get that, but this is what I'm saying. I like to think that people would want to be educated about something like that and inform themselves before they pick a side, but they don't. They're just like, okay, well, I'm for Israel because this is kind of like what my side does. This is what I'm saying.
I can't deny that. Yeah, I can see that.
And that's all.
But there's also people that ain't for Israel, so those people are there too.
Exactly.
I feel like,
and there are people who are like, okay, if you don't like Israel, then you're anti-Semitic, and that's just not the case.
I feel like the people that aren't for Israel, there's no correcting that. Like people understand something ain't right there. I feel like the people that are for Israel just don't understand what's going on there. For the most part,
that's the same thing I'm saying. Where it's like,
exactly.
Where you're like, it's not that I'm saying that like people are informed and they're picking a side. No, I'm saying they're uninformed and making a decision about it.
Okay, I got you.
So I'm not sure what the original thing about Israel.
If most of those people knew
the aid that they're getting, that's what we're talking about.
If most of people just understood how much aid we give to them, you would never complain about welfare or food stamps again.
I mean, like, I don't think it's any. That's what I'm saying. Like, people just don't take this information and then make a decision based off that type of thing. I like to think people do, but they just don't.
Just don't understand it, right?
It's
like even if you give it to people, sometimes they just don't understand it.
As far as people are concerned, they're like, okay, Israel named some apartments, some settlements after Trump. There's like the Trump Gardens or something in there.
Here you're just like,
people are like, oh, our Trump is doing such a great job. He's doing such a great job foreign policy. Strong Middle Eastern ally. Like that's just what it's painted. They don't make an informed decision. This is not what it is.
And then, like, I feel like you could even tell them, like, we give $250 billion to Israel a year, and like people don't even understand it.
Yeah,
it's like, wow.
What do you think?
What's a trail?
What do you think ties that together? Like, what do you think is like the explanation behind that?
100%. Well, you can never say that. I love saying that. I would say for me, it's like
what you believe. Yeah.
It's one of two things, right? My logical mind goes, they're Christians, and the Jewish faith gets it coincides a lot more correctly with Christians than Islam faith coincides with Christian, right? Because like even Jews will tell you there is a Jesus. They just don't believe he's there. It's literally the only difference. Like, as far as I know, Islam is completely saying that Jesus isn't even the prophet, So it's a completely different kind of battle, and there's a lot more of them, right? So you've got this country that's kind of fighting for you, even though you aid it, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of fighting the battle for you, for your holy land too, because you also believe Jerusalem is the holy land. So it's kind of like you're funding a battle that you just don't want to fight because it'd be a religious battle.
Yeah.
So you fund that. Now, my conspiracy mind always goes, I think they're building a place for them all to run to. I think that they're giving them money to boost that Air Force to the fucking max. They're going to have level 100 Air Force. They're going to have level 1,000 walls. They're going to have unlimited resources.
Yeah, that's the
and if
that's
something
kind of
goes
the route.
bad, they're right there.
So yeah, I think it's funny you call that the conspiracy route, because I think the first one you portrayed is the conspiracy route, and the more like kind of like logical thing would be that, you know, they want someone, a strong ally that they're able to use, and, you know,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Extend the first one in the Middle East, you know.
That's what I'm saying in the first one. Literally, that's what I said in the first one. It's the same thing. The
first one you talked about, you know, how the Christians, you know, want to.
Yeah, I'm saying they're using them to fight their battle in the Middle East for them.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They need.
So to me, that's power the logical side.
in the area.
Right. They're fun anyone. They're fun anyone to fight a battle.
Especially when it comes to, like, you know, you have Russia and China's influence in the region as well, where you're like, all right, well, now you have like, kind of like a Cold War between other countries, you know.
Conspiratorial, I believe that's the word. I believe that if anarchy popped up, they'd get all them on that fucking Air Force One, you know, all the cabinet members or whatever it is, like the president's closest, and they fly to Israel. And they live there in like a dome. I think I'm like dome. Something like that.
I'm not even sure what the fuck to say to that.
Yeah. Or like it's just like it's got huge walls. It's got like Rome style walls with like THAAD systems on every corner or something like that. And like the hole's got like drones that release out or some shit.
Yeah, what kind of brings you around to, like, you know, it's like in that kind of sense, like, why would the US want to frame Israel in that type of light? To where it's like,
well, to me, it's like, you know, because that's what they're funding, and that's kind of their idea. It's like, oh, we want to have them there, but we kind of get that you guys are all kind of seeing what we got going on here. So let's show you that. Oh, even Israel attacks us. Even Israel tries some shit on us, but they don't do nothing, right? So it's just like, listen, Israel, we're gonna do some shit like this so people don't think that this aid looks that funny. Right, and then they're going like, "Oh, we're giving them aid because of this."
Well, I mean, that makes the aid look funnier, though. Where it's like, well, why are you doing that if you're spying on us? You know, it's like,
to me, it's like raise
more eyebrows, in my opinion. Because I don't think, because the way I look at it, I'm like, I don't think people are even questioning what we're giving them. Like you said, people don't even know about it.
But right now, we're aiding Syria, right? Which is like a spot that
we're not aiding Syria. We're aiding the people fighting against Syria.
Which means you're aiding Syria, dog. You're aiding the war in Syria.
Yeah, you're aiding the war, but technically you're not aiding the country Syria. You're
aiding the war, which is the same thing you're doing in Israel.
100%.
You're aiding the war because you want them to keep fighting Palestine.
That's all I'm saying.
Because you want Saudi to keep funding the Palestine.
But to say that we're not, because we're not funding Syria. The Russians are funding Syria. We're now funding the people opposing, you know, the government to fight Russia. Just kind of like
because we fucked up three times.
You know,
that's the only reason that we're at that point.
That's what we do.
But we weren't there at first, right? You know? At first, we're trying to figure it out, and we're giving them economic relief. We're literally giving them money to figure it out. Like, oh, we're gonna. At first, when we first got to Syria, we were trying to build wells and shit. That's what we were there for. We were trying to give them economic development. We left. This is from what I know. Again, this is from what I know.
Yeah.
We left behind so much our armor, artillery, weaponry in the Iraq and Afghanistan war that these cults and these, not cult, that's not the right word, but these, not even Al-Qaeda became ISIS because of that. Basically, they were able to get these weapons that we left. There's plenty of research. We left behind hundreds of Humvees that had machine guns on top. So we left behind weapon, gas, food, everything. So they armed themselves with that. They come and they start trying to evade Hitler style of taking over wherever they go. When they started trying to take over spots that we were trying to economically develop, we then had to become, oh, well, here's money to fight this.
But even before that, you know, I believe ever since, you know, Saddam Hussein, you know, invaded Qatar, you know, in you know, chase of oil and, you know, getting more oil for his empire and whatnot. What started happening was the outside influence, where, you know, it's a known fact that, you know, that America created and funded the Taliban in the early 80s, or even, you know, before that or so. In a response,
which we've done in multiple places.
100%. But in response to, you know, Russia also, you know, funded their own form of like rebel groups and whatnot. You know,
that's years later, though. from what I know. That's years
No,
later.
this is all Cold War, buddy. This is all Cold War. You know, this is what like we've always been
What
kind of
did
like
they
fighting
fund?
each other fighting through
So what
other
were
people.
they funding when we were creating Al Qaeda? It's funny to
No,
say that.
Taliban.
Taliban. Sorry.
Yeah, I believe
Which
they
became
were.
Al Qaeda though.
Yeah, but no,
Which
the
became
Taliban and Al
ISIS,
Qaeda
right?
are separate. Yeah, they're separate. You know,
Okay,
they're separate entities.
what's the
They
difference?
actually fight each other.
What's
They
the
actually fight-
difference? In
I
Taliban,
don't think there is different. It might be based on the different
religious
faiths
belief.
of
There's
different
two
sects.
different types of Islam. Remember?
Exactly, different sects. But I'm
Shinzus
not.
and Shitsu
but I'm also
or
not
something
sure.
like that.
No, it's Sunni and Shia.
Sunni and Shia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
what it
that
is.
might have been it.
Yeah.
That's just us guessing.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. But from my understanding, we funded the Taliban in response to Russia. I won't even say that they created Al Qaeda, but in response to Russia and other countries doing their thing in the region. It's oil. You need oil, so it's like, yeah.
From what I know, most of these people militarized through shit that we left behind, though. That was a huge thing of like shit. We were leaving behind almost everything we used.
But
it costs more money to move something.
No, this was later on. This was later on after we've already started fighting in the region. Like this is
right. Well, we're not fighting in Syria this time. That you're talking about.
This is even before like Desert Storm and whatnot.
Right. This is in Syria. You're talking about though.
Yeah,
you're talking about Iraq.
Before. Yeah, talking about before. Like we've always kind of like done that thing because you want control of that region because you also want control of the oil and the resources in the region.
Or you just want turmoil, right? Some people just want turmoil. That's what it is to me.
But there's something I don't think that applies to this case, but there's something of value to be had in this area.
When people are fighting each other, they can't focus on you. And to me, that's what that comes down to. So to me, the Saudi just keeps funding the Palestinians fight them.
But it's also
strategic.
Israel. It's also strategic in a sense because of the oil.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like we are, it's not like we're doing something like not just because to fight them. It's a very powerful strategic resource.
It's beneficial for them to fight for us.
Just like we don't match and try and meet China's investments in Africa. We're not fighting them that kind of way. We're not doing that in Africa. But there's a strategic resource to be had, in a very valuable resource to be had in oil and whatnot. Although we do have a lot of military bases in Africa.
We have the most.
But, in the world.
We have the most.
Yeah, in the world.
We have the most in Africa also.
And then there's also like ones that are classified. They're not even like on
right that we don't even know about.
You know what I also found out? There's I think it's like Air Force Base like Ramstein or something in Germany. Like they have regular universities there, bro. Like University of Maryland's posted up over there, and then Germany on the military base, like making colleges and shit. It's so weird.
What?
Yeah.
You're saying there's a University of Maryland in Germany?
Yeah, in the Air Force Base. Because it's such
how many is
base.
there?
It's such a huge base. It's huge. It's one of the biggest.
So what is there? Every huge college?
No, not every huge college.
Not in Maryland.
There's like three major, but
we're not that
there's
prestigious.
universities there, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's how far these things have gone. Like, there's an island in Japan where like the U.S. military base occupies 80% of that land on the island, or some crazy shit like that. More than the actual native people do on the island. And the Japanese are like, we want them gone. Like, this shit's bullshit. But it's what we do. We're all over this bitch.
Well, we're trying to be smart. It's smart. You're going to always try and listen. It's the same thing with good and evil, right? It's like if you don't do it, then they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So what's that?
It's just like when we.
You don't want to kill kids? I'll kill kids. Who wins?
I believe we like. It's like when the Cuban Missile Crisis happened. Like we put nuclear missiles in like Sweden or Switzerland or something, and then in turn we find out the Soviets are trying to put them in Cuba and put them right there. That was the whole thing. They had missiles at Cuba.
100%. And that's when JFK had to make that decision. That's why I love that Dan Carlin on him.
Yeah.
When it's like JFK's like didn't really know what to do when he's seen those missiles roll on that island. He's like it just popped out of nowhere. Next thing you know, he gets some research. Oh yeah, Russia's got a military base here.
As the story goes, he calls them up and they talk it out. It's just like
that's not how the story goes.
Yeah, they talk it out. Yeah.
No, that's later. When
wait, that's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's how the story goes.
But it
calls
goes
them up and they
I watched that Dan Carlin, bro, because it goes way deeper than that.
I know, but I wasn't going deep. I'm just saying that's how it ends.
JFK calls up the Russian leader. He mocks him because all of them in Russia believe that he was a weak man. They believe that JFK was a feminine, weak man. They didn't believe that he was a strong person that would go to war.
JFK was burning pussy, though.
I'm just telling you. But they believe that he wouldn't go to war, basically.
Yeah.
So then, if my memory's correct, the leader of Russia at the time dies. Another leader comes amongst, and this guy talks to JFK and finds mutual respect. He envies JFK, and they do come to a mutual agreement eventually, yeah.
Yeah, but
then
I mean,
he
the whole,
gets smacked
yeah, the whole,
in
yeah,
a fucking Corvette or some shit. Like,
yeah. But I mean, just like, just wild things. This is like, I'm thinking of like, because I remember like,
dog, all I'm saying is like the leader of the Crips knows not to drive around in a fucking top down. Like, that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, okay, it's like, you ain't gonna see the leader of AOD in a drop top.
This is before gang tactics, okay? This is back in the '60s.
It's
boy.
honestly one of the worst things you could do. You know, it's,
I mean,
just,
like,
it's so bad.
I'm also thinking, I'm like, man, like, we somehow got like aerial footage, and they're like, look, these are some fucking bombs on the shit in Cuba. We had pictures of these missiles on boats arriving in Cuba.
I love how I forget
Like,
who it
what
was. It
the
was like
fuck?
Ted Nugent or something. He's like, when Joe's talking about the shot, he's like, I made that shot. It's like, Joe's like, yeah, I'm not saying the shot couldn't be made. He's like, I know the shot could be made, but when you watch the video, it looks like the bullet comes from a different angle than what they say it was, you know, which is like another conspiratorial thing, you know, because a lot of people believe that there is multiple shots that were fired.
Yeah, definitely. No,
And Lee Harvey Oswald, from what I know, it's fact that he was a part of acid experiments in the early 80s or 70s, 60s, whatever it would have been.
Sure. No,
He was a part of, you know, when they were doing like MK Ultra and shit like that.
Yeah, I never heard that, bro.
Yeah, it
Never
was a
heard
part
that
of something like that.
Huh.
And they believed, from what I remember, and they believed that maybe the government had like tapped back into him or some shit, you know, which I don't know about all that, but maybe
Kinda
it's just
use
crazy.
Yeah. I think one of the wildest things that happened is just like, you know, some guy just comes up and blows him the fuck away. Right? Is that what happened? No, was that him? Yeah,
No.
did they kill him?
Oswald?
Didn't Oswald die? Didn't he get like shot?
I couldn't tell you. I can't remember. I don't want to lie.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure like someone just ran up on him and just blew him away. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing up stories. Like,
Yeah, I feel like he got booked.
yeah.
I feel like he got booked.
Just free my, free my man. My man is-
Yeah, let's get to the
Man,
bottom of
that's
that
real
one.
quick.
I liked when you looked up a few things yesterday. That was interesting, you know. We were getting to the bottom of some things, but
Yeah, well, let's see what
it sucks. We need a Jamie. Who wants to be a Jamie? We need somebody in here just for some recording,
Let's see.
some searching. Just we need you to be a search engine. We need a solid search engine. Tell me he was smacked up.
What the hell?
What about the Reagan guy? The Reagan guy got out of jail.
So it was former U.S. Marine who assassinated United States President John F. Kennedy. Oswald was honorably released from active duty in the Marine Corps into the reserve and then defected to the Soviet Union in 1959.
And while, okay, I don't know about all,
what?
yeah, it was something along those lines, but while he was in the military, I believe is when he was in these experiments.
That's wild. But he defected to the Soviet Union in 59. And then he's able to then pull off an assassination on the president.
Well, when was the assassination? Did he defect after? Did he try and defect like?
As I was saying, John F. Kennedy on November 22nd, 1963.
So
he
4 years
defected-
later.
he
So he goes to
defected in
Soviet
59.
Union. He comes back, smacks Kennedy.
Interesting. I never knew that.
That's very interesting.
That's very wild. I never knew that. But let me figure out how he died.
Look up if he did some acid too.
Yeah, I'll
I'm pretty sure he did some acid, dude. He was like going like that, which I don't put it past the government. I totally believe that the government could fucking definitely do some shit of like mind control. They could give you something to trick. If not, then do you even believe in like? Do you not believe in hypnosis? Do you not believe in hypnosis, people? I believe in hypnosis. I think that there's some way you can like tranquil the mind. You can activate something. I don't know if it's a word. Maybe it's like a memory, right? Maybe I just like I drug you with a certain drug and that torture you the same way 1,000 times.
He died the 24th, so 2 days after.
Oh, somebody smacked him.
He was shot on his way. I remember. Yeah. Yep. So I wasn't mixing it up.
Somebody got his ass.
Yeah, it was. So yep. And they actually have a picture of it, which is wild.
Damn, JFK. Somebody really rode for JFK on that
That's a
one.
picture right there. You know, just like someone ran up.
Damn, that kind of looks like a mob guy too, don't it? Which
everyone looks like a mob. The cops carrying a guy like a mob.
Well, I'm just saying that because they believe, JFK had ties to the mob. Did you know that? They believe that like that was a thing. Yeah, they believe that the mob hired Osborne.
Oswald?
Is that his name?
Yeah, Oswald.
Okay, yeah, Osborne. Ozzy Osborne.
They hired him? The mob did?
Oswald.
Thank you.
They hired Oswald to do that because there's some type of funny lining of JFK's cousin or someone in his family did have ties to the mob, and the mob asked for something that JFK said no to. That's the conspiracy.
I was gonna say, yeah. There's so much mystery shrouded in it now. It'd be so hard to ever find out the truth.
Can we just see if Oswald did acid?
Oh yeah.
That was Oswald an acid test? That's all I want to know. Because I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of that. Maybe it was some Soviet.
LSD killed JFK.
Basically, maybe it was some Soviet shit.
I mean,
maybe he went to Soviet and did acid.
But there's no like nothing here that's like, so it's a conspiracy theory is what they're saying.
It's a conspiracy theory. Okay.
There's nothing, I guess, definitive.
I got you.
You never know,
He could have been a guy that did a bunch of acid.
Yeah, I mean,
and one thing's just like, I could smack the president. I love saying smack, even as bad as it sounds, like, because he just whacked them. He just walloped his body. It's like the best word I can use. Like, it was a good shot, bro. As bad as that sounds, like, it was a good fucking shot. On the move.
Moving target.
From a mile away.
Moving target.
Smacked him in the neck.
He's also elevates you.
You got a bullet drop. Wind. Plus an angle.
Yeah.
He's probably got a.
Apparently he shot apparently he said he shot 3 times. It was a third one that really hit.
Or did 3 people shoot?
That's one thing to know. They even have a couple people. Yeah. I remember they have one lady that they've always talked about. It was like the babushka lady. Someone who they can't see the face, but you see him behind. She had a camera pointing towards that direction where they thought another shooter was, but they were never able to find her. Never.
It's hard for me to believe it because it's not hard for me to believe it, but it's hard for me to go down that path because you hear so many instances of when there is a shooter, they're always like, there was a shooter here, there was a shooter there. Like it seems like it's hard for people to tell. I don't want to go too conspiracy of everybody's lying, right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to go honestly. When someone just starts bucking out some shots, you don't know where it's coming from. You don't always listen and go, oh, it's this direction. Like some people think it came from over here. Some people think it came from over here.
And I know you got 50 years since then.
And you still got sketchy people, right? Like you can still have other sketchy people that really just ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, now there's just so much attention into it where it's like, well, how do you know what's real and what's not now?
Remember that guy during the Las Vegas shooting where he's just like, right here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right here. Like, for all you know, that guy was with the shooter. And he's just like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's fucked up the thing.
It's like, it goes deeper and deeper. I go deeper and deeper.
I don't be sitting there, I'd be like, this guy's fucked. What the fuck are you doing? Shut up.
Well, to me, you all were kind of dumb. I don't even I'm sorry I even say stuff like that. It's so bad to say.
Yeah.
But bro, someone starts spraying into a crowd with a machine gun. The last thing on my mind is fetal position.
Yeah.
It's literally, to me, when I've seen all those people, including that guy, I'm just like, it's about 30 easy kills right here if I had a machine gun and I just seen you guys all huddled together like that. Like, you're literally making the easiest kill possible.
Yeah.
Why would you be together? I understand you want companionship because you're all scared and shit, but logistically, logically, you guys want to separate, try to spread out, get out of there.
People freeze.
People freeze.
They shut down. I see people shut down when they even have to deal with anything emotional.
Yeah, anything.
I thought you could take some gunfire.
I always imagine that moment where I got smack someone, in the movies. We're just like, wake up!
And they're like, thank you. I got back now.
Hit him again.
And then there's an always sunny version. They're doing poppers. There's like, oh, I'm here. I'm good.
Smelling salts.
Yeah, just I'm here. I'm good. I'm awake now.
I love this. There's this one video of a fighter or something or a wrestler, and he's like, sometimes you get pumped up by somebody hitting them.
Yeah.
They're like, and he smacks him. And he's like,
didn't Hulk Hogan do that?
He's like
Hulkamaniac?
Yeah, something like that. But then the guy smacks him again and knocks him out, or drops him at least. It was just so funny. He tried to hype himself up.
I always love when you see that. You see the UFC a lot, especially in the older UFCs. They would they would sit there and be like, go ahead, hit me, hit me.
Yeah.
See one guy get knocked
Gary
out.
Goodrich should do something like that.
I think Silva was the most famous version of that, where he's just like.
There's another one where there's a football player, a college football player or something like that. He comes out and he's banging the football on his head.
Oh, there's the coach.
The helmet on his head. This ain't the coach.
Oh, was the coach?
Yeah, no, this is a lineman.
Oh, and he has to sit down. He's bleeding.
Yeah, he's literally leaking. He puts his shit open so bad, bro.
He has to sit down. He did it 3 times. So
he's like, no. It's just like, what? You're just hoping a camera catches you to look cool.
Exactly.
What if nobody caught you?
But now you look dumb because you're all woozy.
Now you're bleeding and you got a concussion.
There was I remember there was a football coach who did it. Who just he was pulling people they had their helmets on. They're trying to get them fired up. So he was just like,
Yes, I've seen that.
And I didn't know he was in pain, but he was like,
yeah,
because he didn't do everybody. He was just stop.
Looking back on it, Brian Cushing was on steroids, but he used to be that he got popped for steroids. But he used to be that middle linebacker for the Texans. There's like this one video of him where like
Before that, Rams.
he's just following. Huh?
He was on St. Louis Rams, wasn't he? Before that,
No,
he was always on the Texans.
yeah, Brian Cushing.
I'm thinking of
He's from
someone else
USC. He got drafted by the Texans, middle linebacker. He played about 7 years, tore his ACL, got popped for steroids, got cut. There's this great fucking video though where like he's running full speed and there's like two of his boys, I think like two safeties that are behind him, and they're doing a run. It's the Browns, and they're doing a run to the side, and like this big ass blocker is coming up full fucking speed. Brian Cushing just fucking drops the shoulder on this dude, bro, and blows this fucking offensive lineman off of his fucking feet.
Right.
And he's just like, get the fuck up, you fat bitch. And it's just so funny, bro. Like, he's so hyped.
Man.
Like, he just checks him with all fucking shoulder, dude. There's no way this guy did not hurt his shoulder. The thing about it
He
is,
just dropped his dumb ass.
he does it for the sacrifice of the team, right? Because somebody has to
Remember,
take
can
that
find it,
block. If there's only one block, you got a running back and you got a blocker and you got 3 defensive men.
Yeah.
Someone got to take the block. Brian Cushing just goes, it's my job to take the block. Let my boys get the hit. He just fucking checks this guy. Looks like a right guard or left guard.
Yeah, I love
And the guy just goes fly. It's just all shoulder. He's just
Yeah.
like giving that shoulder pop. The guy just goes fly. He's just like, get up, you fucking fat bitch. And the guy gets so mad. He pushes him. And Brian turns around. He's like trying to get the ref to look. And the guy pushes him again. And Brian takes off his helmet. And when he turns around, the guy comes up and headbutts him, with his helmet on. And Brian don't give a fuck. He didn't even feel nothing, dude.
Brian,
he just roided.
He was also the one where like I think he got a fumble recovery and his helmet got ripped off in the process, and he was running with the ball and stuck his head against another fucking person with their helmet on. And he didn't go down; he just went out of bounds.
I love that, but it could have been the steroids.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. That might have been steroid rage right there, right?
Pets.
Yeah, seriously.
Some serious fucking pets.
He got a mean suspension too. I want to say he got like the 8-game or like a year one.
It's like if anything, we gotta refine steroids to where they don't damage your body, so we just become superhumans. I'm just saying.
That's basically what they're working on. But the thing is, here's the thing that I always gig about when people are like, "Oh, bro, we should just let them do steroids," or like, "We should create a different league where you're just allowed to do steroids." Do you know what steroids and that type of muscle coexist with?
Yeah.
Injuries. If you had just anyone doing steroids wherever they wanted to, all of their bodies break down, bro. When you look at them baseball players where you're like, how was this guy on top of the world and now he can't hit?
I remember
that's steroids, brother.
Used to know, way back in the day, everyone knew he was on roids. It wasn't even a secret. See him like 5 years after that, he was off the roids and everything. Shrunk a little, like smaller than what he like, probably double, like tripled. I don't know the amount of weight he lost. He just lost everything.
Crazy.
So it's like
there's a famous guy. There's
a
famous baseball player. The one that I've seen the most change in is Nomar Garciaparra. He was a first baseman for like the Dodgers or shit like that, something like that. He was like an average hitter. He's like an average dude for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, he just starts jacking 40 home runs a year for like 3 or 4 years straight. He got a contract. And next thing you know, bro, this guy lost half of his body, dog. And his body broke down on him.
Yeah.
He like couldn't play again. He couldn't play anymore. His hips mainly were just giving out. Like straight up, because your body's so used to having all this extra juice to fix itself. Well, I don't know if you know, but like a lot of roids are recovery. That's what roids, like the real beneficial factor of like doing steroids is the fact that you recover quicker. It's not, you don't necessarily gain more muscle. You do, but that's not really it.
But the recovery allows you to gain more muscle.
Yeah, but it's the fact of like, you can train 100% for 3 days straight. I can't do it for 2 days.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your body, literally tomorrow when you wake up, you don't feel that soreness.
Yeah.
I got that soreness.
Yeah, because of that, you're able to gain more muscle.
You go get it again.
Exactly.
Get it again.
And you keep going. And you also have the energy to do it. You have that.
Right.
Well,
because you got roid, which is like weird, right? I wouldn't do anything that made my balls smaller. Unless it made my dick bigger.
But he's balls.
Like,
Yeah,
I guess I'll take a gigantic dick. Yeah, you can keep the balls. Honestly, you can just take my balls away.
I wonder if anyone's ever
I just
looked.
want to be all dick.
I wonder if anyone has ever looked at someone like that and been like, "Wow, he really is all dick." He got. Like, I wonder if anyone's ever been like,
dick? Like, what is too much dick? What inch is too much dick, bro?
I don't know. From what I've always understood, from what I've always kind of been like, kind of like around like, at least from what I've known, like 7.
Right, you want to be careful.
Like,
I feel like 7 is like, it's like, like I feel like people want 7. I feel like people want 7.
Yeah.
For me, it's like when people are like, "That's a dangerous dick." It's like double digits.
Yeah, I remember like
if you're going like a 12-inch dick, bro.
There was this one
like,
Vice article.
I don't know where that bitch is gonna land.
This dude was like, he's like, it's like literally a lot of times it ruins it because they don't want it. They're just like, no, that's not happening.
I feel like most girls want though, like they want like 6 to 8.
Of course, everyone has a thing, but I think a lot of it comes down to like it's the idea of it being bigger. Just like it's like a fascination with tall men. To me, it would also make sense that they would be like, okay, well, also like bigger because in their minds, like bigger is better. It's the big.
I don't correlate that.
When
I correlate like somebody wants a tall man, like they're thinking like, I want somebody that can defend me. Like that's kind of like a natural thing. When it goes to like, if a bitch wants like a 14-inch, fucking 5-inch circumference dick or something like that, like you got sexual problems, dog. This is more than just like I want big.
Well, to each his own. Hey, to them out there, you just like huge dicks, go for it, whatever. But
I never. It's weird. It's weird saying that. It's like this is like. I don't even listen. What I'm trying to get to is like I don't think anybody wants to fuck with a girl whose like last boyfriend was a 14-inch dick. No one wants to even be with that girl again. Like that girl belongs. That girl.
You'd be surprised.
No,
you'd be surprised.
And physically, you'd be
surprised.
That girl belongs to 14 inchers for the rest of her life. Okay,
you'd be surprised.
I just don't believe it. They might hit, but they'll be like, "This ain't feel right. Something ain't right there." You know what I mean? Like, bro. I know that like vaginas heal themselves. We've got past that. We cleared that.
Yeah.
Vaginas do heal themselves. I don't think you heal from that, bro. I don't think you heal from that. It's like healing from a concussion. You do what you don't. You know what I mean? Like your shit's seen some shit. You should see what hell is. Like it can. Like, I watched like something like I can't even find a porn like that good. Like when a dude has the biggest dick of all time, and he's just destroying some girl. Like this shit ain't even attractive. This shit's kind of fucked up.
Dude, man.
Who would want this? Who would want? I feel like that's kind of a curse. Like obviously, the guy with the 14 inches probably is always going to choose that over having 2 inches.
Yeah,
you know. But like, if you go over like I want the average 6.5-inch dick or a 14 incher, that 14 incher is kind of a curse.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah, definitely. You definitely don't want 14 inches.
Yeah, like permanent damage is done. For
like,
sure, bro.
I think the novelty.
What if he did anal?
The novelty wears off after fucking.
There's no way you can live through anal.
But like, I think a lot of people would like sit there and be like, well, like, okay, I'll do it, and then after like a week they'll be like, okay, I'm not doing this.
If you had a 14-inch dick that was like this thick, like how much can your intestine hold?
Intestine? What?
Yeah, because you're hitting intestines.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
if you have 14 inches, I feel like you're hitting intestines.
But it's also not going past. I don't think it's going past the fucking cervix. You know, like you're just pounding that shit away. You know,
you can explode a cervix.
I think there's been some cases of ruptured cervixes.
How big does a dick got to be to explode a cervix?
I mean, like,
and should you be charged with murder?
Murder?
Yeah, is it murder? Like, say you explode their cervix and they die.
Can you imagine that guy who's just like,
I'm sorry.
Like, I killed the pussy. There's a reason it's illegal.
Literally, I murdered the pussy.
I just feel like I feel like this guy's like, he's like, that's the guy who killed the pussy.
And you just tell you his problems.
He's the reason we have where people get like dick reduction surgeries. He's the reason.
Is that a thing?
Dick reduction? I don't know. I can't say I've ever been the person to be like, okay, dick reduction. It was just like I don't have 14 inches. I'm like, look, dick reduction.
Yeah.
Is that real? I'm not sure.
Stress. That's like a bitch.
How would you even do that? You know,
like a bitch with like double E's. It's just like it's a problem.
But it's more like tissue rather than muscle mass, right?
Either way, bro, it's constantly in your spine.
But they have breast reduction. I'm not sure how dick reduction would.
Oh no, I'm just saying like that's the same thing though. It's like you literally want that to be reduced. Like that's just too much.
Yeah,
it's hurting. It's causing an inconvenience in your life.
Yeah, definitely.
I picture like you had a 14-inch dick, soft. You're like 8. You're like 8 inches soft. It's hard to sleep.
I don't know. I don't know. You know,
sleep. At night, you just got all this dick that you can't do nothing with.
No one's gonna stick in hooping. How you get better? you're slanging dick in fucking gym shorts right here.
I feel like you live a sad life. I feel like you jerk off, and even like jerking off's weird for you because you just kind of always hold the end.
I think also
you can't even grab it.
From my understanding, I think also like when you get up into those ranges, you're also more susceptible to erectile dysfunctions because of the blood flow is easier to lose.
That is true. You know what I was thinking about on a negative aspect is like when you get up that big, you really can't get good head. You can't. Because a bitch literally can't get deep on your shit. She literally can't put like your shit in her mouth.
There's some dude trying to say, you ain't found the right bitch yet.
I mean, it's not physically possible. It's not like I'm talking about literally some of the porns I've seen where like it's just like literally gigantic dick and a girl trying to suck it. She can only suck like the head of the dick. That's as deep as you're getting.
Yeah.
When it's like the circumference. We're talking about the circumference, right? Not even the width. This is about thickness. This is about literally your jaw can't open up this big. It's impossible.
Fuck,
I'm just like, I feel kind of bad for this dude. I shouldn't feel bad for you. But I'm like, you're never going to get deep throat.
So like, this is why I think it's funny where like a lot of dudes are just like, like there'll be like there's dudes out there just be like, I want you to eat your pussy. And it's like, well, you got the better end deal in this, buddy, because you're not getting throat fucked.
Wait, you're saying they're saying what?
Yeah, there's dudes out there who just won't eat pussy. You know, it's like that's a huge thing where women like,
I know what you're saying.
He won't go down on me. That's what I'm saying. I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, you got the good end of the deal. You're not getting throat fucked. You're not getting some jammed down your throat.
You're absolutely right.
You're not choking on something. Like,
it's so.
Why are you bitching?
It's honestly, it's so easy to eat pussy. Like it's easier to eat pussy than it is to have sex. It's so easy, bro.
Like, come on.
And like if you're doing your job correctly,
it requires effort. Really, that's all it is.
The thing is, bro, it doesn't even require that much effort. Like if you want to do a good job, of course you got to put effort in. But I'm saying you can go down there on a lot of girls and just keep licking. Eventually, you get the job done.
Go to town. You might
just
get
lick.
You might get a finger in the asshole. You might get a finger going in there. Just go.
Like, if I was telling a kid like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat pussy for the first time tonight," and he's like 16, I'm like, "Look, it's gonna take a while to develop a perfect skill. It's an art form, obviously, right? But what I want you to do is just go down there and just be sloppy. Just get down there. I just want you to lick everything. I want you to suck and lick everything." And I guarantee you get the job done, brother. I guarantee you that 16-year-old girl is going to come.
Cradle the balls. Work the shaft.
Basically. You know what I mean? You're like, that's going to do it for you, bro. But for me, it's just like, it's so easy. I like that meme I said the other day. It was like, I like to eat pussy till a girl comes before I fuck in case I nut quick. Just like,
no, dude, bro. It's like, it's funny, man. It's just, you got the easy end of the deal. You got it easy. You got it easy. I couldn't imagine like can you imagine like the kind of like the thought processes are just like, all right, I'm gonna put this thing down my fucking throat. Like
all I'm saying is also it takes a lot longer for us to come. Like, it just takes a lot longer. Like on average on some head, like unless you haven't bust in a while, like it takes like 10 minutes at least.
On some bed.
It's taking like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? We're like, I feel like in 10 minutes I can make a bitch come like 3 times eating around. Like it's just like
you don't want to brag, huh?
No, I'm not even trying to say. I'm not even trying to say that. I'm not even trying to say like that. I'm saying literally because it's so easy. That's what I'm trying to say. Like your argument, like it's so easy. Once we
all it requires is effort.
Once we come, you're gonna have to suck for another 30 minutes before you get a chance of getting a drip out of me. Like once a bitch comes, she's actually more prone to coming again. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's just easy. Like once she comes, you're like, well, I might as well get 5 of these in. So she owes me a face fuck.
It's just a roll off. It's just how the universe works.
You came 5 times. Now you can deep throat.
Like, come on.
You're not gonna
come on.
I've come once. You know.
Come on.
Yeah. I've watched a few porns where like the girl tells the guy like, come. I'm just like, that sucks. That sucks, man. You want your girl to be like, don't come quick. Then you come quick. You know what I mean? Like that shit can
And then you're like, oh shit.
oh shit. You want to stop? Oh, wow. You tell me to come, I'm gonna be on some spiteful shit.
They don't even.
I just shoved my cum
They don't
down
even gotta
back
say
in
it.
my
They don't even gotta
balls.
say it like really. They'd be like, "Don't come." And you're just like, "Oh shit!" Like, it's not even any bit seductive. It's not any bit seductive. They're just like, "Don't come." You're just like, "Oh shit!"
Well, literally, they're like, come. You shove your.
This
shove your
bitch
cum back
real.
in.
She a freak.
It's like, oh, you want me to come, bitch? It's been 3
Oh,
minutes,
shit.
bitch. You know what? You're gonna work for this one. I love those memes.
I'm holding it back.
I love those
I'm holding it
memes where it's
back.
like, I remember it's like a Scarface one where he's like sitting in the chair and it's like when a bitch about to suck you off after you just jerked off. But like some evil shit like. You're just like, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, work.
Yeah, you gotta work, but you
all
still
the
ain't
way.
gonna decline.
Yeah, work them because I feel like every dude's trying to trick where they're like, all right, jerk off before she comes over. I feel like every dude's trying to trick. It works. Yeah, it works.
It does
Yeah.
work, but I feel like you perform less.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
but
when you really
but
got
the
that
mood
day.
is also different.
I hate the word horny. I wish we'd come up with a better word. But like when you got that horniness to you, like you fuck better. Like you just more into
Exactly.
that
It's
shit.
different
Yeah,
when you're
it's
jerking
different.
off to where you're like, I'm a bust. We're like, I'm a fuck. You know?
I'm fitting up.
I'm a fuck. Exactly. You know? And when you're in that mindset, you're not even like, I feel like I just don't even want to come.
But
Like,
listen,
in that
you want to
shit,
keep
yeah,
going.
yeah.
But let's say you jerked off twice already that day, and like that night you get some pussy. You're just kind of like, man, I'm about to come.
What?
Everybody have a good night. Thank you
Yeah, we
for watching. Appreciate it.
Thank you for liking, sharing,
Thanks for
subscribing. We
tuning
appreciate it,
in.
man.
Keep it going. We'll be back, baby.
You have a good night. That's the shit show. Tuning out. And oh my God.